So yeah. Okay, so I'm talking to the camera. I'm being awkward. But Paul, from Where Nerdy is Cool. So you should check out his channel for sure. And of course, I'm Clyde, PT3D and all that.
Clyde is stuffing me full of pizza and soda because he knows I'm a health nut.
Yes. He exercises a lot. And he's doing really well with it. So I decided I was going to destroy his diet by providing some pizza. So, and of course, the Coke beverage has made a guest appearance today, which I know anybody that watches my stream used to see this a lot. And I switched to water, but hey,
108 grams of sugar.
It's 2 servings, I think. 2 servings. I think it's 2 servings.
So if you notice,
3. This is about 3 servings.
Yeah,
that's per serving. That's 360 grams of sugar.
So if you notice us talking fast, you might want to comment.
So what we're doing today is we're doing kind of a little bit of a eat and hang out, and it's an open stream, so I'll be checking the messaging as we go. Paul's been gracious enough to bring over Simplify 3D, which I have not had the occasion to actually touch yet.
Oh, there you go.
Because I haven't wanted to spend the $100, even though I know it's worth it. But I've heard mixed reviews, and I've had okay luck with Cura up until now.
You can never have too many arrows in your quill.
Well, that is true. I find that buying printers.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. I got number 7 arrives next week, so.
So anyway, anybody that wants to contribute to the content, have any questions? I did do the filament dehydrator the other day. I did run that, and I do have a result. So I will share that with you guys at some point.
No, tell us now. Now I'm curious.
Oh, you want to know? Oh, okay.
You have direct feedback.
I like direct feedback. So yes, hangout session. This is could be, I don't know how long the stream's going to be.
Whatever.
I honestly don't care. We'll just keep the camera running. We'll move it where we need to. At some point, the CR10S is going to relocate over to the workbench.
Yeah.
Just for ease of use.
I'm curious what your entry on that.
The FT5 we may mess with. I may even do some voltage checks on the Instone, which quit.
Really?
Yeah, I know. That's great. This is a throwaway printer.
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's from a different generation for sure. But
it's a $500 throwaway printer. I bought this in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been the champion of my printers.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually, I've been making all these little, these trophies for the YMCA program. And it finally said, I don't have enough voltage. And I said, what?
Well,
okay,
I hope you get these sorted out, because people, every time I post something on my page, go, hey, look what we just printed, I literally get 20 people saying, I want one too.
I love it.
But what happens is that they have no understanding of what it costs to print. So they just think that I'm going to magically turn over a 15-hour print for, $0.
Do you want to know? You want to know this big secret behind me moving here? I was adding.
Well, I don't see a bed, so you're still talking to your girlfriend.
I was adding $100 and something a month to my electric bill for 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you do CNCing and 3D printing.
Well, the CNC is at my friend's place.
Oh, okay. So
and he also has 24 solar panels.
Okay, so that's a good option.
So he's literally, got a couple $100 a month in credit.
So this was.
But he's like us.
Oh, I love that.
He's never met a kilowatt he didn't like.
Touch it. Matt, you got to be more specific, buddy, because I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, so filament from the other day at 113 degrees or 123. I think it was 123 at 13 hours.
And you got PLA, right?
And this is PLA, yes. Green from Digistruct. It was brittle. And now, as you can see,
well, that's going to revive.
It's bending. Okay, so the wood filament, however, had a different approach. Uh-oh. Oh, S3D. I gotcha. Touch it. Okay, thank you for clarifying. So the wood filament of an unknown source, because they didn't put their label on here, and I don't remember who I bought it from. This one made it more brittle.
Really?
So this is, well, actually, okay, so it's inconsistent.
Liar.
We'll do one more. Hold on. Let's do one more. Hold on. Let's see if it breaks. Okay, so we have some kind of inconsistency in this filament.
Depends on.
Okay, say it snapped at that time. So anyway, The results are inconclusive.
Trick photography. Trick photography.
Inconclusive. All right, so we'll put them back in the easy bake oven. Well, at least the wood, and then we'll see if we have anything else to add to it.
That's interesting. How long did you have to run that?
Ran it for 13 hours
Wow.
at 123 degrees Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, not metric.
Okay.
And yeah, so apparently, I don't know what the deal is with the wood. That's kind of interesting, though.
It is.
I may crank up the temperature to like maybe do 150, run it for 24 hours, and see if that does something.
The first filament I ever bought from Matter Hackers was their Pro Series. There was a 3mm for the Ultimaker.
Yep.
And I literally,
But I thought it was 2.85 millimeter.
well, that's, yeah, exactly.
Fly!
Exactly. Sorry. Fly. Fake news. But what happened is the minute it was all shrink wrapped and it had like 5 or 6 of the desiccants in there, I pop it open and I go to unroll it and put it in the Ultimaker, and it's like pulling pasta. It just crackle.
Had the same problem. Got a sample filament rolls from the people over at Instone. And there's a whole bunch of stuff behind that printer, which is funny. We were going to help them with their stuff, and it just didn't work out. Because they don't want the customer service part or the technical support part. This is a Lexmark of 3D printers. That's what that is. For $500, you can buy a printer that you can run until it dies. Now, if you're like us, that's not good enough, because here we value our money.
Yeah.
Okay, when we buy something, we want to fix it when it breaks. So this has been fixed a few times. This is the first time that I've ever had an error that I didn't immediately know the answer to. Now, I'm theorizing that the bed temperature thermistor has gone bad.
Oh, that's possible.
So it was trying to heat it up, but wasn't getting a feedback signal from the thermistor to tell it what temperature it was at.
Okay.
So it was registering it as invalid voltage or too low voltage. But again, I don't know how they have their firmware programmed.
It's all open source.
No, that's not.
Okay. Well, the other thing, and this got me, when I upgraded my Ultimaker original, I thought more power is better. So I, instead of having a single fan, I put 2 50mm fans on it. And each fan was capable of 29 feet per minute of air. I turned my Ultimaker into a Harrier. And so those things would, as soon as I started printing, after the second layer, those guys would kick on and the bed just started cooling right off.
Now you're going to be really happy about this then,
I mean,
because I have a new project that I want to do. And I'm horrible about announcing projects because I'm like, I have severe ADHD when it comes to doing like 3D printing projects. Like right now, R2, Iron Man. Okay, those are my 2 big projects because I have to do them
RoboCop's what I want to do.
for this place. Batman's been done over and over again. Not to diminish yours. Yours is awesome. But
It's also 44 pounds. It's not a whole lot of fun to wear.
I know, right?
At first, when I bought it, I was like, "Oh, I'll wear this all the time." But at third performance, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done. Give me a mannequin."
And I thought about doing the 501st, 3D printed armor because I thought that'd be kind of cool. But then I realized it's like,
My next door neighbor did that. He bought a kit that was 3D printed.
Really?
Josh did the Short Trooper.
Well, and then I have some lithophane work that I'm going to start doing.
I've done a couple of those. Those are kind of cool. Christina has a couple on her desk, and yeah, that's nice.
That is the biggest 3D print job I've ever done. It is 90 plus hours of printing. But it is really cool. So I mean, we can show you that again because you haven't seen that yet, unless you watch the channel. You've seen it.
I tune in when usually I get home about 6 or 7 o'clock. So.
I've been trying to
you start early.
I try
usually,
not to, but
usually when I jump on, well, I mean, you got girlfriend, kids, so I mean, your bedtime stories or whatever.
I know.
I mean, a lot of my friends don't get on till late because they have to put the kids to bed and stuff like that. Whereas me, it's just a bunch of cats and a girlfriend who likes to attack me relentlessly. But
see,
oh, we're on film, shit.
No, yeah, Family Channel.
Oh no,
No S words.
Demonetized.
So yeah, I mean, I was been looking at this and toying with it for a while. Oh, by the way, that's the 3D print that came off this when they sent it from Printed Solid.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Printed Solid. Matt, I should get credit for that. Printed Solid.
No, Matt's a good guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Actually, what was funny is the printer itself actually came in relatively good shape. What I had the issue with was this bracket had gotten hit in shipping, and pushed the idler pulley right up against the 2040.
My first my first one of these, this came, it was like literally bent upwards. Fortunately, the screw was loose,
Yeah.
and the cables that you had to plug in the back were just swinging around, so the whole front was just Bashville.
I have moved stuff around again. I gotta stop doing that. I move things and then I forget where I'm moving them to.
Well, you know, we're getting up there in age. You know, we're creeping into our heart attack years as we consume all the sugar.
I do feel a little shorted though because I didn't get the 2 wide strips of masking tape to put on my bed.
Oh my God, I had like 8 of those if you want them.
All I got was that I think I threw it over there. Yeah, that roll of masking tape.
I haven't used tape since my Ultimaker original.
I don't use it either.
Yeah.
That's why I split the mirror tile when you asked me about that the other day. I took the mirror tile off the FT5 and put it on the CR10S.
I was kind of curious, but I don't see any gaps. So that's
No, this is why when you said that I was like, oh, I'm still gonna check that now. All right, so
Do you want me to relocate the laptops?
This way you have a work. You can for a minute. It's fine. Actually, we can put it right here. It's just easier to work on this because this bench. I built all these workbenches.
Nice work.
They're pretzels, but this one I built specifically for doing like the YouTube content.
Well, I was just gonna say, if we put the printer up here, then we can.
Exactly. That's why you just got to watch out for these brackets. And since I got a guest today, I think I'm gonna fix that. So give me 1 second. Normally it's just me, so if I check my baggage, like literally, because look at the height, then I kind of, you know, it's not a big deal because I can kind of hide that. But you know, I wouldn't want a guest to like smack into one of these things.
Did you post this on Facebook as far as where your link is and all that?
Not yet. No.
Well, if you do that, I'll throw it on where Nerdy is Cool, where there's just under 1,000 people that could tune in.
Our BS sex going on here. I didn't say the real words. Yeah. So I also did talk to our senator.
Oh, you just bring up watch
the other day, and this is another one of my projects that I really want to do.
Yeah, I see a couple people print those out.
And well, the problem I have with this design, and I haven't talked to Haviland yet. Oh, hold on.
Are we building 15?
No, I gotta remember the password.
Oh,
Where did I put it? Oh, I put it on my phone. I think. Did I put it on my phone? Oh, I have. I can give you a cable. You want to just connect it now? Hold on a sec. It's something dumb. Oh God. What is it? Open Notepad.
Uh-oh, I can't seem to open it.
Right? Okay. Open Notes.
Okay, here you go.
Yep. Right.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, stand by.
Oh, it's the bottom one. I'm sorry. As much as I trust you guys,
This one is
I'm not telling you my password.
Well,
It is this one. URCI.
and
Okay. Yeah, right? You think you can remember that one? All right. So, yes, actually, that's a really good. Hey, how are you? Philippe, right?
we need some peoples.
Did I get that right this time? Well, we got Philippe and Matt. Matt loves to play or watch my streams to put himself to sleep.
Ha! That's not very nice.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Oh, Fernando. Oh, I'm sorry, Fernando. I really am. I will get it one of these days. I promise. You know, that is just, I feel so awkward when I do that. And apologetic, too. Actually, Matt is really active on Twitter.
Yeah.
I believe it's him and his daughter are very active with 3D printing.
I don't do Twitter because in 140 characters or less, you can get fired.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant on the sites at the moment because I really don't want the risk involved. All right, hold on. I'm gonna post this on my.
Hey guys, today we're doing a viewer requested video.
Hello.
VID auto tune.
Oh, that was neat. That was playing through the speakers. I got the FE, so it's all good.
Oh, I can go live on laptop. That's cool.
Yeah, Fernando, you do mean a lot to me, buddy. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. I really am legitimately bad with names.
It's the sugar.
Well, it could be the sugar. Oh, yeah. It's the sugar. All right, so let me post this. Did you subscribe? Are you on my
Yep.
prototype this?
Great carry on.
Let me, I'll post it there then.
On your Facebook?
So prototype this 3D. And I can also do it on Twitter, but I don't know if you're following me on Twitter or not.
I don't have Twitter.
Oh, well, see, there you go. You said you just didn't post. You didn't actually say you didn't have it.
Yeah, I don't touch it.
Oh,
there you are. Yeah.
Yes, this is a very old computer, by the way. So it is exceptionally slow when I'm doing multiple things, especially when I'm streaming with it.
Yeah, this laptop is no dream there. It's a $500 wonder.
What do you think about all the YouTube changes, by the way?
From January?
Because they're like,
Yeah, like none of us are making money.
yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't making any money on it anyway.
I was
mean,
so close because you
Right.
had to have like over 10,000 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was literally at 9,800 when that announcement came out.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's not like I'm a
So
big,
yes, We're Nerdy is cool. Subscribe, get him back up there.
yeah, thank you.
See, I can help lots of people to get their subscribers, but
Well, you just have to create some more content when you have the time.
you know.
Well, you showed me the camera and microphone, so you definitely have the equipment. I find for the
That's good to know, Fernando, that you're bad at names as well. They did do the overlay too when you live stream, so it records well, it sort of does an overlay.
I've
but
never done
it also records the chat. So like when you're watching the stream,
Yeah.
later.
see if I click. Oh, I've never used this thing, so I have no good the camera is or whatever. But
Oh yeah, you just point the camera at you, take a snapshot after you title it. So that's going to be your face, right? Well, it does a 3, 2, 1 countdown, so
Right.
you can adjust it to however you want.
okay.
I do have a
Here
shortage of
at-
outlets here, so you'd have to use the one right behind you.
Live.
All right, so we got the calipers. Yes, the. Excellent, thank you. I'm sure that he's very happy to hear that too.
What's
So,
that?
yes, Fernando, this is Paul. Just so you know, We're Nerdy is cool. So
I'm sorry, when I look at the camera and not acknowledging it. Hello, my name is Paul from Where Nerdy is Cool. And, well, Clyde and I live about 25 miles apart. And he met me initially through the Comic-Con. He met me and my full-size R2-D2.
was that the first time, or was it at the Star Wars premiere?
Could have been there, too. Honestly, there were so many people at the premiere, I didn't know my name after the first 3 hours.
Well, I think the first time I met you was in the premiere, and then I joined an R2D2, the R2D2 forum. I think that was on your advice, and I met Mark
That's a
Tufo.
good picture.
That is a good picture. And I met Mark Tufo. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No.
He writes the zombie apocalypse books, which I'm currently reading. So hold on, let me see. I always butcher the name of them because I get so wrapped up though. I'm hoping that we can get a schedule a meet together again soon.
We should.
But yeah, he writes the the Zombie Fallout series and the Indian Hill series. Really good like zombie kind of books. Like if you're into like the whole apocalypse, end of the world type stuff.
No.
But well, it's good reads.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a very talented writer. Now, I get a bit, the first time I met him because I was 3D printing some R2D2 parts for him.
Yes.
And he's like, do you want to drop them off? I said, sure. So we hooked up and we met. And then we got together again another time, and he showed me some new parts that he had gotten in the mail for his R2D2 because he wants to do the aluminum chassis.
Now, are we talking full-size R2D2 or are we talking because there were a couple that were
Well,
like
I don't think he's using I think he's doing the Legacy.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because we have the,
Yeah, I'm not doing Legacy anymore because it made me mad that it was like half an inch on a scale or something like that.
yes, the bottom doors, they're, because these guys got invited to Lucasfilm. You got to remember, they have 8 different R2D2s.
Yep.
So they kind of averaged it out. And they discovered that, a couple of the doors were like a 1/4 inch bigger than the way they modeled them. And only a bunch of nerds like us would stop the world and say, what?
Wow, you can't do it. That's not screen accurate.
This is an outrage. These R2D2s we've had for 30 years have got to go. We went off by a quarter of an inch.
But you know what I love, and I'm gonna not to bash on Star Wars right now, but the one thing I do love more so than I dislike was the fact that they've started bringing out more colorful astromechs in the movies.
Yes.
You're seeing a lot more of them, and it's like, oh, dude, this is awesome. Because now you got the red ones. Well, I mean, you always had Red 5.
Well, you had
Not Red 5, but
R2D2,
yeah.
the pink and white one.
Yep.
Yeah. And for me,
Do they fly that one around for breast cancer awareness?
no, the short backstory behind the pink one, named Katie, was one of our guys who was a 501st guy, and his daughter was big into, she wanted him to build an R2D2, and he was like the garrison leader or something of one of the regionals that did the stormtroopers. Well, long story short, girl's diagnosed with brainstem cancer, which is one of the, not that any brain cancer is good, but that's one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
And this was shortly after the Phantom Menace came out, or maybe it was the second one, where R2D2 was guarding Padme. And she said, Dad, I want an R2D2 that will guard me, but it's got to be pink. So he reached out to the Astromech guys and said, look, this is my daughter's wish. You gotta go ahead. And can you guys help me, because the clock is ticking? So a lot of our guys donated parts, pieces. I donated some electronics, and we helped get it built.
Oh, see, that's awesome. I love those because, I mean, I would absolutely love to be in that. Okay, hold on a sec. So, yes, Fernando says hi, Paul.
Yeah, I got the.
Says, hey, just got your alert. You were alive, Paul. That's cool.
Okay, good. It worked. Thank you.
He's got to take off. Just wanted to stop by and say hello. So, when you do see this again, if you do watch it again, see, now we're on 2 screens. That's pretty cool.
Oh, now over there is a gentleman. I believe he just said hello from Puerto Rico.
Hello from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
That must be. Yes, I believe. Well, this is Gregorio Ramos.
Hello.
I don't know if that's Fernando or not. So,
Oh, yeah. Was he on both channels?
well, I don't know. He said he checked it out. He said you were live. So
Okay.
maybe either that or Gregorio is a completely different one.
Identify yourself.
Gregorio,
sir.
are you Fernando or are you your own person?
When the real Fernando, please stand up.
All right, so let me, I'm trying to think if we want to do this kitty corner sideways or how we want to play this.
Well, first of all,
Because I remember what you were saying is that
yeah, keep going to that guy. That'd be the best.
I'm going to do this. Now it feels tight.
Well, it's not that they're tight. Because the big thing is here. You want to make sure these guys are down or flat.
Well, they're definitely not flat.
Yeah. So the other thing, I'm going to screen here a little bit. If we bring you down.
Yeah, I took the caliper scissors the other day, and I may have to do it again. What I do is I'm measuring from here to the middle of this.
Yep.
And I was trying to get within like 0.03, millimeters of accuracy. I think you guys can see just fine. I'm going to move a little bit closer just so you can see a little bit better. That is weird, dude. I'm like the 2 screens.
You don't know which screen you're looking at?
Hey, it's Inception.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I am just manually turning these guys so they're both at the very bottom. And with any luck, it's touching the limit switch.
With any luck, yeah, it's smashing it, so we're good.
Okay. And then with any luck, that's level.
It may be or may not be because I did do a little live leveling at one point. So I don't hear that. No, this side is just a touch lower, but other than that, it is actually pretty close. It's not pushing down on the bed, so.
Yeah. Let's see. So then all we would have to do is give it some power and see what happens when you auto home and.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, on this camera here, if the screen goes black, I apologize. I'll restart it. There's a shortage of outlets in here.
If you want, okay.
Do you have enough power for like?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'll get mine for a while. That's
All right.
charge.
So we'll do it this way. That way we don't have to run the risk of blowing my GFCI. I have a GFI behind that, which I can use, but it's got the old computer running it.
Well, it certainly beats circuit breakers.
Yeah, well, it's because look at how big that extension cord is down there.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's huge.
That's big.
I do have a UPS and a updated Power strip. I just have not yet brought it.
Okay.
Oh, you're-
So you're using yours? That was the first thing I disconnected.
Actually, I've got the disconnect for it. I actually have no real use for it at the moment. But I will say, for those people that are fans of Harbor Freight or not, boom.
Not a bad deal.
Now, this was actually a really good price.
Yeah.
Harbor Freight, actually, what I liked, why I got this is because I have the whatever 5 or 6 printers I have now. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I labeled it. So this is the parts or the tools and stuff that came with the CR10S, and one of those is the jumper.
Hear me out. Here's why I did it, because it hasn't been so much a problem with the CR10S as it has been the S4 and the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Because these guys are running much longer prints than we are.
Yeah.
And a number of them had mentioned that, they get false hits and it stops printing.
That is a good point, because for those of you guys that are not familiar with this, this is very similar to a limit switch. Well, actually, it is a limit switch. And what happens is there's just enough play in this thing where that ball might not catch. So when you're running that filament through, the filament might hop just a little bit out of range. And the limit switch goes, oh, there's no filament. So yes.
And you come back in thinking, boy, that 2-day print is all done, and it's been sitting here on idle after the hour after you left.
Yeah. And
The other thing is the way that thing mounts on there, I wasn't very impressed with.
I was not either.
It's pretty wiggly.
No, yeah, it is. Well, actually, I saw somebody else was running it like this. In line. They just like have the filament holding it, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how you don't end up with a problem doing that, but
No. So you got
so
mine's the same way. They already included the
Yes.
for you. That's nice. So
So-
I got a new one for my TiVo.
yep, this one, like if this was originally Thingiverse. What was the other one? There was another piece from Thingiverse too.
Oh, the filament guide, just so it gets it around the.
Yeah. But yeah, this one, originally Thingiverse, they asked for permission and they said, yeah, I guess. I don't know what the agreement they got is, but they started injection molding them. And yeah, I've got a buddy that's in China right now that I've been trying to. You sell that 3D printer. I don't know what that was in context to. Which one? The FT5, the CR10S. We have an opinion on that one. I know a lot of people would say sell the CR10 or the FT5. All right, so
if you're asking where we get them, Printed Solid's been our source. You can get them, of course, through GearBest or Banggood or what have you, but again, you're dealing with the shipping from China, which can be problematic.
how much do you want to declare?
Well, that too. Or if you buy them, you buy these machines from somewhere like Printed Solid or Tiny Machines, what they do is they unbox it, they set it up, they make sure everything's well, and then they ship it off.
You know what? That is sitting awfully high on that. Do you concur with that?
I would. That does seem a little tall.
That seems a little high. I should set you up on a pizza box. I know I'm kind of tempted to grab another pizza, but I'm not quite there yet. Oh, where did I put it? This is what happens. I haven't cleaned in a couple days. Oh, there it is. And I have had multiple projects going on trying to get these printers because I have a very limited window to
See,
work.
mine's sitting a little flatter than that, so I
Well,
wonder if you're sitting a little tall.
Well, like I said, we could give it a shot. Let's see if that's a medium. I'm using I'm using the Starbits, which I should not.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
But I really don't like having to.
Well, all the Allen wrenches they sent you would have the little ball end.
Yeah, I did
So
like
it's-
that. I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I may end up switching to that if I need to. Holy. Is it turning? Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay, good. No, you're
I'm
good.
like, okay, is it turning or is it stripping it out? Holy. I will give them credit though. These things, okay. We're good
We're good on that one.
We're getting the Allen wrenches up for that one, I guess.
Introducing our friend Torque.
Yeah, no kidding. That's just the nice part about Allen wrenches. The downside to them is that they're just so daggum hard to use.
But you know what's interesting is, I mean, mine aren't that tall. But you know what? I have completely different couplers too.
Do you?
Yeah, mine have the little rubbers in the middle.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one definitely does not. trying to get the right one, but fishing Allen wrenches out of a compartmented case is kind of awkward, and I have not 3D printed. Oh my god,
That's in there.
that is very in there. It makes me think that the grub screws actually bottomed out. Actually, no, I guess it wouldn't be because it should be on the shank or whatever you want to call that, the shaft.
Shaft, yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow! Yeah, move it. I'm hoping GearBest didn't do that because I'm sure that there's a torque spec rating on this. Or not. We get some movement. Not much. Let me see. Look at them holes. Move back these out a little bit more. Yeah, I know these. That's the only downside of these couplers is that I have to wiggle them just a little. Go down.
Thump, thump, thump.
Holy cow! I don't think that's happening. Oh, wait. See the wheel? Oops. Wrong way. Oh, you know what? Let's. I wonder if I can just a little bit above that.
Yeah, I'm doing the same as you. When we did the FT5,
That's hopping.
they said one washer.
Why is it hopping like that? Oh, it's because I might be bottoming out on this. All right, so we. Oop. Come on, there's a middle to everything here, and you're not helping me with that.
Giant washer.
That's a good space.
I do, yep.
All right.
Turn on anything or whatever, be good.
Yeah, I just don't want to be nuts with it because I really don't want to run the risk of the stepper motor, like where the shaft tries to do this, something happens, it goes boink, and it drops it into the onto it. And kind of bad. Just checking, because sometimes Matt can't participate in the actual conversations. Sometimes he can. But yeah, I did a lot of soul searching recently about the whole 3D printing and.
Did it turn up?
I did. So I found it. I really found it.
Okay.
It was lost, but guess what? You're closer. Why don't we get this turned on while we're doing this? That's kind of silly.
Good live wires,
So back a while ago, I realized when I was watching people like Joe, because Joe, he grew 800% in the first 6 months he was streaming. And he's got really good content. He's a genuine guy. 3D Maker noob. Okay. You don't.
Oh, the guy from Malta?
Yep. And he's such a sincere guy, and he does a lot of the reviews for the printers, the filament and stuff, and some projects. And with Joel does a lot of stuff, and I'm and Angus does a lot of stuff.
Oh, Angus is really.
And I'm
Angus and Tom are really great if you're into the whole engineering aspect.
Well, Thomas, oh yeah, and Angus too, of course. But yeah, I was just there is enough people doing this stuff. So I realized that there is one thing I'm good at: breaking stuff. I'm one of those people that, like I said, the ADHD in me. It's I get so focused and hyper that I forget, and I'll skip a step in my directions for assembly. And I realized something. It's you know what? There's a lot of other people that would do the same thing.
Well, that's why people like myself and. You sure I can't swear?
Well, I try not to, but
oh yeah, the one you gave me to do is right in front of the extruder, and I got this, and
Well, I can come over and do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just I'm gonna just be me, and part of that is.
Here, mine's done. No.
Yeah, we're still not level, but I don't care. I'm still curious about that hop though. So yeah, I definitely think we're gonna slice something from S3D for that. Unless you already got a model for yours, and we could try it.
I got all kinds of models on that laptop. Yeah.
Because do you have a reader, or do you need one?
I brought one. What, did I bring it?
I got one right there.
That one.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, you got the same one I got. Well, I got the plastic version.
All right, I loosened it, and what I'll do is I'll get a. It's down there now.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think I looked it up a little tiny bit.
Do you have a washer? That'd be a great guide.
Actually, yes, I do. I did think about it. I'm it's right underneath you. Actually, no. You know what? We got some up here too. Yes, we do. Look. Yeah, this is the parts room. So if you need something, let me know, because I've got these end stops.
End stops are good.
I've got
Yeah.
What's in here?
When I did mine, I just
Oh,
used a giant washer.
This is awesome.
I got
These
five.
are Mark 10s.
Are they?
These are for a Mark 10, dude. Mark 10.
I
don't have one for a Mark 8 yet. I gotta look those up and see if they make them.
I did a 9-hour print on my FT5, and the Arrow has one of those covers.
I can't.
And what happened was the print came off about 5 hours into it, so it got ran over. So I got a massive blob. So I have one of those silicone covers entombed in plastic.
And I think I remember you saying that. Now, did you get you have a heat gun, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't have the heart to throw it away because it was one of those
Look.
things where I just thought this is so cool.
Look how close that was.
You were really good.
That's a calibrated eyeball.
So we could swap our mouse.
Yeah, I know, right? Watch out though, because I do have occasion to leave food laying around.
All right.
But
You guys get to see my smiling face here for a second. So I'm going to go into Simplified 3D and let's get him a. Do you want to do like a calibration cube?
oh heck no! What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, I have other stuff, but.
Do something different than a calibration cube. We don't do calibration cubes here.
Well, how about a bat symbol?
We should. Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Who doesn't like a good bat symbol? That was the first print I did on my FT5, actually.
So here's a preview. A friend of mine wrote a program that's an STL thumb viewer. So if you're looking through your Explorer.
Really? Now that is something useful.
Yeah. So.
Can I be friends too?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Do you want the real Lucky Cat or do you want to do a.
nothing that
Would
big.
you like a Pikachu or?
Well, we could start with the bat symbol. It's a nice wide base.
Yeah.
And there's some other stuff we could talk about.
Batarang coming up.
All right, because that is actually only what 15 layers.
Yeah, not much to it.
So I mean, I can't really.
Which profile am I using? I'm using the CR10S X-Able, and we.
Well, I know somebody on the Facebook group the other day had said that it's probably not a good idea to use a different profile from the group, but I'm like, I just need a baseline. I'm using the stock CR10S profile in Pura. And it's like, come on, it's like there's got to be somebody with a good profile.
Chris Elkins makes a really good one, and we'll do this one. We'll do 10%.
Well, if you share with me the profile, I can upload it to my Google Drive.
Oh, it's right on the. It's in the CR10 Droid Builders group too.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's in the Droid Builders group?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, I have not checked. I don't know if I'm a member on that one yet.
All the cool kids are.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of the cool kids.
All right, so let's see. How many layers is
I'm
this thing?
an ADHD.
So this is 16 layers. We're gonna go with a wide skirt because it's hard to see around.
Nope, that's good because it gives us time to do some live leveling.
Exactly. So what we'll
Because
do.
I do know that this right side of the build plate is definitely down a little. Oh, we're gonna have to load filament, so I'm going to get started on that while you're doing that.
Oh, I'm almost done.
I'm gonna
Okay. So we're gonna do at 10 millimeters. We'll do 4 outlines.
No, there's no SD card. Don't yell at me.
See.
Supposedly, from what I understand, Printed Solid has already upgraded the firmware on this.
Oh yeah, you can also get the unified firmware, which is really quite good as well too. That is from Tim Hoodlin, who does the Easy ABL and stuff like that. That's a good one to get.
Oh yeah. So when's the next time you're gonna come out and help me with this one? Just
Oh god, those things.
yeah. I've tried to print with it once and never successfully.
So what version of the firmware are you running? No, CW.
CXSW3D.
So I'm guessing that's the latest one. So yeah, you'd be good.
I honestly don't know. I didn't even know I didn't actually check that particular page. So.
All right, so
So we're there. So now I need to go move axis, move 1 millimeter because, ironically, if you select 10 millimeters, it will not let you move the z-axis.
no, not in Z.
I found that out the other day. I'm like, I can't move the z-axis, but I can move the x and y.
Yeah.
So I went to 1 millimeter, and it said, oh yeah, you can do that.
So have that guy do an auto home, and we'll.
Bonk. Yeah, I'm preheating PLA right now.
Oh, you want to get the thing out of that?
Yeah, I want to get that out, and I want to put that PLA back in. What am I thinking?
Oh, it's just the
Dude,
cable.
I know. I hate the management on this thing. I gotta get something for this just to keep it. I mean, I'm always here for the first layer, so it's not that big a deal. But on a large print, I can see that being a problem.
Oh, it's real close.
Well, but it's not preheated all the way, is it? We are at 180. Actually, we are. We're preheated. So if it's squishing, did you see the squish? I asked you, did you see the squish? All right, we're pulling this out. And like I was telling them the other day, the reason I opted to go with the orange. Ooh, got a booger.
You know what I do is I heat it to 200, and then I go down to like 100, and then I get a pole. And this way it kind of helps clear the end out as well too.
Yeah, well, I was kind of, we'll see. We might not have an issue with it. I just had string, and I'm like, it's not usually good. You've never met Jenny.
Yeah, I remember I've never met her in person, but
This is Jenny.
yeah.
Jenny is
Ultimaker
still
clone.
somehow running, but Jenny needs a new Olsen block.
Ah,
Because the Olsen block, the part that's failing on it right now is the hot end. Because I'll show you that later. 'Cause
Yeah.
I could go all day.
that's a new episode.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff I could talk about.
All right. Let's see if I can. I wonder if I can share this out.
Let's see if I can, I don't know, load filament. That'd be kind of cool. That's another thing I don't like about this, the extruder being on the back side of the post. It makes it somewhat awkward to load.
Let me load this here too.
There we go. We have insertion. So yeah, they sent me this wonderful Benchy model that looks like it was printed out of polyalchemy. Did you notice that? Or the elixir or whatever it's called?
Stand by. Oops, I prototyped this. I got proofs.
Who called me pooped?
I don't know, it wasn't that bad, but
What pooped? How about prototype this with Bob?
let's fix this.
All right, so oh, that's right. This doesn't have a live recognition. I have to turn it off and back on. Now that is one thing I have grown accustomed to is being able to pull a SD card out while it's running.
Oh, wait, sometimes you can, if you hit initiate, it'll sometimes do it.
Oh, actually, I didn't even check to see that. All right, did you put this in the English volume or?
It should be in the root.
Interesting. Did you put a folder in there? There we go. Keep rolling. Is that what you got? That's all I got.
The main?
Well, main will take me out.
Hmm.
I wondered if it went into the English. Nope.
Nope.
Well, that's interesting. Where did it go? System information, maybe. No?
Well, let me see that guy one more time. We'll try it again.
I'll check here. Yep, I don't see it. That's interesting, bud.
All right. Throw
All
it
right.
back over.
Let me go to change SD card this time.
Ooh.
Okay, well,
Maybe the SD card you get picked up on my computer.
perhaps.
Was I beeping like crazy?
I don't know. Was that you? I think it must have been you because yes, because my phone is live. It's right here.
Oh.
Mine is muted. I muted.
I got a funny message, so I'm typing ha. That's how high tech I am. All right.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna move your beverage and your phone over just a tiny bit. I'm gonna grab this.
All right.
What am I sticking on? I'm sticking on something. Oh, there's a seam.
Okay, now pick up the drive this time. Good.
So yeah, if you have not had the opportunity to build an MDF workbench that's 8 feet long, well, just like an inch or two shy of 8 feet long,
Oh, I wish I had those skills because my basement needs the help.
my son helped me build these. And he's 8,
Okay.
but it didn't go very well, so it ended up being kind of a one-person operation. Well, he couldn't quite lift some of the stuff up as much as it needed to be lifted up.
Free help can be like that sometimes.
But he did an exceptional job,
I'm leaving
and I
that there
love
for you.
my son. So just remember that.
And Father's Day is Sunday, so he just wants to warm up the audience to.
That's right. Well, actually, if you look in my profile now, I officially have a fan mailbox.
We have John Folger here, and we're not playing with an FT5.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. You should not be watching this right now. We're doing well. Actually, you know what? John helped me build this one. Well, sort of. He was consulting the day I built this. He popped in to see how things were going.
Did he ever cough up that ibuprofen that you asked for?
No, he did not. I can't believe you remembered that.
I watched the stream.
That
Trust
was
me.
funny.
You got yours at the same
Wait,
time as
your
me.
mine?
Well, it was water, so
I don't know. I brought water. Did you bring water?
I may have.
I just didn't. I mean, if you want to share with me, that's fine. But
No, actually, this is yours. Okay.
okay. I mean, we do have water. On top in the other room, there's bottles.
All
I just didn't want you to share.
Oh, hang on. I know we both have config. Okay, there's no lipstick on this one, so I know it's mine.
There's no lipstick or rouge. Let me clean it off.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the FT5 spool holder.
Hey, whatever works. I have an overhead one. and-
I do too, but it's actually still attached to my wall in my other office.
Oh, back of the house, huh?
Yes. Well, do you like this too, by the way?
This is nice.
Underlighting.
I've been trying to find the strips like this, but I can't find them at the box store.
They're at Amazon.com. Like $10.
I was trying to give local business.
Yeah, I try to do that too, but they can't compete with some of the stuff I need.
That's true.
Okay. Oh yeah. So we're gonna initiate this, I think. So let's see if we.
Well, I want-
there it is. Batarang in the root, exactly where you said it would be.
Well, to my credit, if I,
What'd you set the bed at? 60 degrees?
yeah,
Good God, man!
come on.
I hardly ever go over 40.
I never met a kilowatt I didn't like.
Well, I actually here, kilowatts are friendly,
Nice.
so I could do 60. I have not.
You know, you can take those tubes up. Speaking of Lowe's, they have the, you can take those out and put LEDs in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, those are not. Those are T8 regulars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have not tested the functionality on this. John says he remembers it. Well, I'm glad. And I really do love my FT5, John. It's a giant headache for me, but a headache in a good way because it's something that I keep having to work on and fix. So it's a tinker toy. I mean, that's why I got it. So
we have a joke at my house because the FT5, I mean, we really wanted that one to be the machine to crank out the BB-8 pieces, and like you. And so what I did is, following the Facebook group and seeing what other people had done, I thought, I'm going to learn their lessons. So I'm going to get the Titan Aero. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get the MOSFET, what have you. And during the first couple of times we tried to do large prints, it wouldn't do it. Now I tried doing smaller prints. What was fascinating was we have trash day on Tuesday. I always got my best prints on Monday night because I would tell the printer trash days tomorrow. And honestly, some of the best prints I've gotten from any printer I've owned has been off that FT5 with the Titan Aero and the MOSFET and everything.
Do you want to know the funny thing is I've had these issues with the FT5 ongoing. This was printed the very same day that I had the weird microstepping.
Yeah, it's weird you're getting that.
But this was printed in vase mode.
Mm-hmm.
Single perimeter, single pass, went all the way up without a hitch. I mean, it's very consistent layering. There's no, I mean, it's weak because, I mean, it's a single pass. But the thing is that there was no blemishes. It was a perfect print. And you're like, don't get cocky, And I'm like, I know, I'm not trying to. But
sorry.
And then right after that, that print came out. I mean, you saw that joystick.
Yep.
I mean, that's for the Nintendo Switch, that little thing I've got. You slide it and bolt it together.
Yeah.
And it was another paid job. And I was like, what the heck? I mean, it printed almost 90% of it and then went almost 2 inches straight off into La La Land. So
well, I know with mine, once we get the melamine out of there, though I don't know what you call these pieces, but these
not
clamps,
stepping on your cord, that's what I call it.
yeah, you got it too. These guys, okay, all of mine have fallen down too.
Yep. The bolts. Everybody in the group was like, "Oh, you got to loosen up those bolts."
Well, that's
and I'm like, "Okay, I'll loosen up the bolts." And it was like the gates opened and like there was a new life to me. And then 3 days after I did my first print, I blew 2 stepper drivers.
Well, I didn't have that, but Dustin had mentioned the same thing to me. If you loosen those screws, things will start to work fine. And I kept thinking to myself, because I was remembering how many turns it felt like that it was
Yeah.
between that T-net
Yeah,
engaging and not engaging. And everyone had said to loosen it up, so I was real careful about 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah.
And also I heard tick, 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 like, ah. And then when I moved the printer from one spot to another, I mean, it was like chiclets.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I just recently took off 2 of these and dumped out the nuts.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was like, I got to do. Well, did you see what my fix to the idler was?
Someone had mentioned using nail
Yeah, right
polish.
here. That's the fix on my idler because I needed it fixed so I could print with it.
Yeah.
That's 3D printed.
Yeah.
I 3D printed an idler pulley.
The other thing is, I would definitely those that their combination of making a the idler, it's got the 2 spacers and the 2 metals.
Yeah.
It looks like a kind of a railroad wheel.
Yeah.
I line out and replace them with pulleys, and then
Yeah,
do
and
that
that's
up.
what somebody else said. That's
Yeah.
why I did this because this actually is a pulley.
Yeah.
But it's a pulley that fit on top of the bearings that were being the 2-piece bearings that were being used as the idler pulleys.
Yeah.
Because they're really bearings.
Yeah.
So what I did is I printed
Next time
that
you
off,
do Amazon, get a bunch of those 608Z bearings. They're wicked handy for
Yeah,
everything.
I don't have any right now. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I actually bought any.
The hardest part about the upgrade that I linked to you on Thingiverse for the Y adapters.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have the belts, hold it all together, and then try to, both. I mean, it's just crazy, but it's worked so well. But
I wonder if
and that
this-
was, and I
gotta
think
see- I
when I
gotta
was
see.
looking at the newest printer, I think the
Oh,
i3.
your phone is 100% charged.
Oh, is it? Oh, is that a hotspot?
It's a hotspot.
Oh, I have no idea. Great. So you've been shooting radiation, and now you tell me?
Yeah, I just got around to telling. Well, I just realized.
I forgot the iPhone 8 had that.
Well, you know.
Okay. Well, no one's talking back to us, so I guess
I
we
know.
can get back to business.
But we're at 218, so we're getting ready to lift off.
Oh, so you did start. Okay.
Oh gosh, yes.
So you're pretty much dialed in.
Well, we're within a
Ooh.
millimeter.
Did you want to move your camera closer so they can see? All right. So this is going to do.
Oh,
it's going to do
is
a
that a
prime.
white?
That's a white. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I
Oh.
programmed a white for you.
And this is S3D?
This is Simplify 3D. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, we're buying S3D. Dadgummit.
Okay. So now it's going to go here.
Oh, see, but with the adhesion problem.
Well, we knew it was a little off anyway. Yeah, you're high. You're way high.
So we're gonna hold on a minute. I gotta remember which way to back this down. I do this all the time. Hold on a second. Tight, loose. Okay.
Again,
So we're gonna turn it this
there
way.
are arrows. Yep.
Yeah, you think I would? Oh yeah.
There we go.
But it's got the arrows and it doesn't mean anything to me. All right, so we're gonna crank that up. I think we lost John. I think he thought you were doing FT5 stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, it is not happy. Let's see what it's doing now. I don't want to go nuts with it just yet.
Right.
Let me pull that off. I go through a lot of this, doing this, because, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
It's
it's still up.
just, oh, wait, did I just go the wrong way again? I did. All right, we'll do that.
There's the pressure. You get me here. You get the cameras running. Ah.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just, oh. Wait a minute. Let me see. I can't get a good feel on that.
Well, it's tough because that shroud blocks everything.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, now you're starting to roll in the
All
corner.
right, so that is definitely translucent now. So that is good.
Yep. So you're close.
So that one is definitely good. And I like this one because it actually does take the width of the build plate.
Yeah. So at least you have a chance to get in here and see.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit high here, so we'll probably go up just a little bit more. Let me look at the arrows this time. Okay, we'll do that. This one I'm not doing anymore. I'll bump this one just a tiny bit. Yeah, I did a live stream doing live leveling, which is what really angered me because I have live leveled my FT5, my
Okay.
A8, and this, the Jenny, 1,000,000 times.
It's filling up.
No, that was the previous layer. Oh, maybe it is.
Yeah. All right. So maybe what we should do is abort and let's do a paper. Huh? How's it look?
I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt for just a second.
All right.
I don't have a ball of filaments. That's better than yesterday. Really.
Okay.
And I mean, come on, one layer. It's not gonna hurt me.
True. Because okay, my suggestion would be let's go for a layer. Let's see if it's actually feels like it's dialed in. It looked like it had trouble around the head because that's where the
Yeah.
sharpest current turns are. Yeah, you like this, huh? Despite,
I do.
Yeah.
I've actually would really. I don't know what the G code is for that.
well, it's part of S3D, so it's in there.
You know, and I'm wondering if the profiles in S3D are going to be much better to use. The thing is that if I end up getting the Raise, I'm going to end up with their software anyway.
Yeah, they make nice stuff, yeah. Well, to
So-
me, like I said, I use Cura for most everything, but I have a tough time with Cura with my non-Ultimaker machines because the settings are just...
See, if anything, and I'm not trying to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
this looks almost like it's got portions of over extrusion on it, which means that it's too close. But I'm going to let it run. That way we can get a really good.
Yeah.
This is going to take 5 minutes to do that.
Because what I did is, as far as your extrusion goes, let's see. We are at extrusion multiplier of 0.96.
So you don't want me to get this, because if I get this, I'm going to be calling you at all hours.
Well, no, I mean, this is how you learn, though. I mean, that's just it. I mean, that's how I learned it, too. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to run down the hall to your bathroom. 'cause
Oh,
that
yeah, that's
little water.
all the way down, around the corner to the right. Yeah, that way, down and around the corner, and that'll be one of 2 doors on the left. Let's see. What a great hangout sesh. I love this. Oh, I gotta sit and I'm gonna start working on the FT5, I think. Because the FT5 needs some attention. Put some of this over here. Get some camera gear moved. All right. What do we need to do with the FT5? I think we'll bump up the stepper driver one more time. Take the filament hanger off. Oh, yes. Lift our fan up. That is in the way. And we need a screwdriver. Since we're not energized, it doesn't matter which one I use.
Screwdriver, you're making drinks?
Yes, I am. Doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to
Stepper driver fun.
bump that one up just a tiny bit more.
All right, I'm moving the camera around just a little bit.
Because if I bump it up, then, yeah, look what I was talking about. You see the layers. It almost looks like it's over extruding just a tiny bit. And it could be just because it's a little too close.
Could be. Could be close to now then.
All right, you guys are looking at my posterior derriere, so I'm going to move it right on the other side of the chair here.
I like to move it. Sorry, there was
No, that's good.
There was a-
Actually,
a 2-for-1 there, and I couldn't resist.
it was good.
Thank you.
Opportune moment.
Thank you. I'll be here most of the evening.
Yeah, I hadn't really figured out how long that was going to end up being. So yeah, did I tell you about this? Now that you're here, I can actually show it to you. Initially, I had the cable chain on here, the new style, the one with the opening.
Mhm.
And what happened was, the very first time I ran this, it broke the thermistor cable.
Oh, the
Right inside.
I was going to say, I'm looking
Inside
inside
here.
here, something's missing, and you know how to change.
That's why. I had to get rid of it because there was too much tension. And so I ended up replacing it with this wire. And it actually has worked just fine.
I'm actually still running the silicone wire that John includes in the kit.
Well, I would be, but I didn't feel like
Yeah.
figuring out where the break was.
Yeah.
Because it had stretched one of the wires to the point that it broke the wire inside. And I had no
Oh,
idea.
yeah, see, I
And
read that right away.
this runs right through here, so I have no way to troubleshoot it. Oh, we're on the second layer. I should have stopped it.
Well,
Well, we want to do a test. We want to run it again anyway.
Sure.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute right there.
oh, yes.
I like that.
Yeah. I was going to alter that to something like Hi Clyde, but I left it alone. All it is a line comment in the startup code.
You know, you're trying to sell me on this, and it's kind of working.
I was hesitant about running that program, and you're a CAD guy, you'd get it. I'm not a CAD guy, so I had the hardest time getting and figuring out how to use the various parts of that program because I'm so used to Cura.
See,
So,
I'm using Fusion 360 now, and
I'm trying to learn that one.
what I was using before that was the Autodesk 123,
Yeah.
which was actually a
How's the bottom feel?
Well, bunch. What do you mean? How does it feel, dude? They came off of my FT5 bed. Come on, how do you think it feels?
Well, no, I didn't know if we were bumpy, how
Like-
close we were, or
like butter.
so that's interesting.
So a little tiny bit of overextrusion, so probably a little too close on one side, but not a deal breaker. So now what I'm curious, you want to try this? Well, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go back, I'm going to auto home it again.
Yep.
Actually, I don't have to because it runs out the G code. So what I will do instead is I'll leave it where it is and I will re-enable the print and start over again.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm curious is to see if it, because now that we got it tight, I mean, that's a real tight layer. There should be no drifting on that at all.
Well, technically, the other thing you could do too is you could baby step on this. It's part of Marlin. But that's assuming that you're, for example, here some of the guys do, they have the auto bed leveler. They don't have the bed and springs. They're using metal standoffs. So they have already computed exactly what that standoff distance is.
Yep.
For the Z offset, is what they call it. And so that's what I have running on my CR10. And then what I'll do is, it depends on the filament, you know, just like you have
Do you
all
have
kinds
the
of,
adjustment knobs?
they're there, but I'm not touching them. Because I've already measured it all out.
I
Because
gotcha.
the proximity detector knows, you know, how far it is from the bed.
You mean like the one I can't use, which is
Yeah, some of them are sensitive to, you gotta get the right ones to work with aluminum and glass and such.
no, I've got one. It's just I think it's the wrong one.
But long story short, so what happens in those cases, for the guys that have the auto bed leveling like that, what they'll do is, you know, every filament has their own properties as far as how well they flow. You know, I know my Hatchbox PLA wants to be really hot. I know my ColorFab wants to be even hotter. And what I can do is if I see that first layer and it's not quite perfect, I can push the button twice on the controller and I can baby step the Z up or down.
Oh, nice. That's not it. In fact, that's not it at all. I may have actually tossed it because it was a two-wired. Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, this is the one I bought a year and a half ago on accident,
Yeah, that's smaller than what he sells, but yeah.
and I don't know that it'll actually work
Uh,
because it's a two, not a three-wire.
Yeah.
And I believe they have to be three-wire to wire them incorrectly. Somebody did tell me that there is a way to do it as a two-wire, but
oh, I don't know. To me, that was one of those things I was happy to buy the commercial product for.
if this one has an LED on the back,
Oh, so does his. Yeah,
how much
on
is the
Tim's?
commercial one?
$69.
Maybe I'll get it. All right, so what are we doing right now?
Okay.
Print aborted. So what did we want to do? We want to try starting again?
Well, you have there's another option I can give you. Another option we have, if you want a different G code, is if you're really concerned about that.
Well, I don't know because we just got to dial in. So hold on, let me run the perimeters real quick and we'll see what happens. And then if we need to readdress it, we will. Because my concern is that it's not going to be at the same level it just was. See, we know where it just printed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, it should do that again, right?
I opened a G code that's I knew was a problem.
Yeah, that's never fun. I don't like that either. You know, I'm sitting here talking, and I've got my camera turned in a completely different direction. See, this is the squirrel problem I have. What I ought to do is,
But we've covered many topics tonight.
I know. People are going to be like, oh my God, why do I watch this channel? Well, on my side anyway.
Well, I've never done a live stream before, but it's all new to me.
Live streams are, well, you've done sort of, not on
Well,
YouTube.
Facebook Live, yeah.
I was going to say, you've done Facebook. It's kind of, yes, I have seen that.
So if you want,
We'll do that one next. I think
want
that's a
to?
great idea. Because that was actually the G code I meant to get.
so our
See, the white pass is not passing.
it's gotta-
Actually, it is. It's just too close.
yeah, if you get tweezers, and then you might want to grab the little boogerish.
I have my, I don't know where they are. Well, it's just
So
see, that is pressing.
that's too close. Okay.
That's pressing, but that's, you know, I mean, I can deal with too close
Mm-hmm.
more so than I can deal with too far away.
Yep.
Because then you can step it back just a tiny bit.
Yep.
So I mean, I wouldn't throw that out.
No, but I'm interested to see what's going on over here, though.
Yeah, I know, right? It does seem a little thin, doesn't it? Let's watch it for just a second. See where they were over extruded. Well, maybe not. It's not quite there yet.
Is it looking pretty thin by the top of the head there?
I think it's a reflection.
Well, that's the catch with mirrors too. Is
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the reflection. I know exactly what you're pointing out.
Yeah.
I saw this first. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we're doing internal, so we're not doing external. So, oh, what's that? See, look. What is this? What did it just do there?
the booger came off the print nozzle.
Oh, did it? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Is it on the outside or inside? That doesn't matter.
So now,
See that? I mean, that's looking pretty good. I mean, if anything, it's a little too thick, but I mean, like I said, I can live with it too thick because I can dial it back just a tiny bit. But it looks like it's consistent. I bet you if I took my calipers, there's like 0.03 difference between the back and the front.
well, in a case like this is where baby stepping would come in handy. If you know your bed's level, then you could, because with these Ford, it's tough to know, exactly which way to go, how many turns.
Yeah.
But with baby stepping, you could say, right now it's a little too close, and you could bring it up by 0.025 or something, or
Well, the other thing is too is that I'm not using a build surface. I'm using glass or even a mirror. And the downside to using glass, even though I've done this on the
The head looks
FT5,
good.
I've done FT5 plain Jane glass, nothing on it at all, and was able to stick the layer like butter.
Yeah.
Survive the entire print.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, not all printers are created the same. So this one, I could not get it to stick.
And so we had one person, so I don't know if some of that jumped in or not.
Oh yeah, no, it's Fernando. He said he had to go. And I do get a lot of lurkers. So I get a lot of people that'll like swing in, see what's going on, what are we doing? Because I'm random. I've switched to doing live streams because it works better with my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And my computer is not really enjoying the idea of doing video editing right now.
Yeah, well,
So
recently I just bought a Lenovo desktop there 2 months ago, and it needs more RAM, but at least with this, the quad core i7 and
well, see, I've got the 970 in mine.
it should be good.
And
Well, here's the catch with at least with Adobe Premiere Pro that I'm running
that's 980, sorry.
is I really want CPU. Now, if you're doing a lot of After Effects and stuff like that, then the GPU will help you out.
Yeah, well, I mean, for like all the 3D rendering and modeling, like using like Autodesk software,
Yeah.
that's where the GPU comes in.
Yep.
And I think I've got 8 gig on board.
It's looking pretty good.
That's a passable layer. It's not perfect layer, but you know what? It's the exact same consistency as what we just got.
Mm-hmm.
That's twice. So that means that this
Of
very
course.
well could have been what was causing that bump, that little bit of a bump.
Yeah. Well, I think also lowering the de-entry and making sure, because that's the trick I found anyway, was to get behind there, bring the bed down all the way back, and then, because one of your friends mentioned the same thing, make sure that both of the screws are all the way down.
Yeah, which I had done initially when I started doing
Yeah.
this. But what happened was I had adjusted the end stop. And this end stop, for whatever reason, even though it was just about perfect, it was like a millimeter off, and it was not hitting the end stop properly.
And that's
So
the
it was
worst one to
going-
wire up.
It was going, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like okay. And I got the wire caught in between,
Mhm.
so I had to like free it up.
Christina did that on the TiVo.
Yeah. She's like, what's it doing? I was like, you broke it. You broke it. She's like, no. And I was like, yeah. And that's the biggest thing with these things. It's like,
It's a $329 printer, honey. We'll be fine.
you actually got a TiVo in your house though?
Yeah, TiVo 20. Although I got to adjust the Y stepper. It's doing the same thing your FT5 is doing.
Oh yeah. Speaking of FT5s, well, this is doing a couple more layers. I guess I can turn this back over.
Yeah.
Do we have any viewers? Oh, I don't know. Like I said, my viewership is kind of different. I do this.
Well, it's a Friday night. There's a concert in Bangor, and
Yeah, but most of the people that watch my stream are not from the East Coast. Believe it or not. Well, I have a lot of viewers that are actually from like different countries. So it's very interesting. Okay, so first off, have you seen this? This is my mod. I got a cooler mod on here.
Boom.
Oh, but it gets better. You want to see it? This is why it's better. You ready?
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, go for it. 'Cause I gotta flip the switch when you're watching because it is very 80s or 90s. Sorry, let's call it 90s. I gotta put this door back on before I do that again. There we go. Who beeped? Somebody beeped. That was you beeping, not me.
Me? Really?
I have my phone's muted.
Oh, I'm the rude one.
Oh, it's okay. Check this out. You ready? Be ready to be blasted away to the 90s. Here we go. Blue LED cooling fan.
Wow. Oh, there's a comment.
Really? That's all I get out of a blue LED fan?
Wow, phenomenal.
Wow. Man. Let you appreciate a flashback to the 90s.
Woohoo. Oh. So what's
I
so
lost my
why
finger.
are you in the ER today?
I lost my finger on a cooling fan.
My friend was showing off his
I-
LEDs.
You know, we got sidetracked. I was going to tell you about my project. So
I
once-
sidetracked. I can't believe it.
Once I get this dialed in, okay, it has a bigger print volume than this one. Now, this one is a little bit different because I goofed. I ordered a build plate for the Ultimaker. This is a bigger build volume.
Oh yeah, about 10 millimeters.
So I have the wrong, this is a 200 by 200.
Mhm.
I think I needed the 300 by 300.
The Ultimaker.
Or not 300 by 300, it's a 230, 260? I can't remember. 240 by 240, I think is what I needed.
Yeah, that's the Ultimaker right there.
And yeah, this is the wrong size. I think I got a 200 by 200. That is looking good. I can't wait to see what's done. Although orange battering, that's kind of,
You'll know where to find it. That'll be sharp too. So be careful.
that's okay. I printed this one before.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, I printed a black one. Holy cow, it was nice. But yeah, anyway, so what I was going to say is that I have been looking at it, doing an electric jet engine. Because I've been seeing them a lot, and there's a lot of thrust to them. But I was also thinking of doing small ones. Because if we do small ones, I can put them, we can make a bracket for the cooling on the machines, so we can still use the same, well, we can't use the same fans, but imagine putting those fans in there and having them directed right at the print surface.
Maybe.
And then you can adjust them. We can put a little attenuator knob on them so we can speed them up a little bit if we want to. Because all of the software, the Slicer software, tells it to do, unless you have the even more in-depth software, because you can tell it what speed to run at.
Mhm.
So if you wanted a jet engine, then they're supposedly really quiet.
The electric ones?
If they're done right. Although anything that sounds like a jet engine, I don't know how that's going to work.
I was just going to say that's
Okay, so
being
yes,
optimistic.
and now you can see these in person, by the way. Look at the layer definition, though.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking of this.
This is not the lucky.
If you can revive that beast, I have. No, I don't.
It's right there.
I have. Well, I mean, I can do G code for the FT5 too.
Sure. Here, where's the build plate? Over here.
I don't know.
This is borosilicate. So. Yes, and for anybody that does not know, borosilicate. No, this is not borosilicate. This is glass. Borosilicate has a really unique sound to it. I will show you.
Got the relief. I thought you were going to break it over my head to demonstrate.
No.
Notice Paul is still standing.
Hey, there's a reason they call us like 3D printing, like dorks. It's because we're smart about our money. Okay, so you hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got a hard knock to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as actually. This might be borosilicate after all. There's also the other thing too. Is sometimes it has a bluer tint
Mhm.
than regular glass. So I don't know that, but usually regular glass has a much higher pitched, like teeming sound to it than this thickness. But yeah, Yeah, so I went to take a print off. I did an experimental bed adhesion. Famous last words. Beautiful. I mean, it's what I used on the FT5. It's the emulsion where you take the Elmer's glue or the wood glue, and you make a slurry and you paste it on.
I've liked it for years.
Well, the Sharon Instone. That's her name, is Sharon.
Okay.
Instone, Sharon Stone. Anyway, that used to have that on it because their formulation that they used, that they sent with it, was real thin. So you just spread it on, and then when you heat up the bed, it's gone. Completely transparent. Like I've done it on the FT5, completely transparent. So it's like you can't see the glue. You just see this like indicator where you see like little waves in the glass, but the reflection still works. I don't know how yours looks. Does it look like that?
I have mostly mirror, and then I replaced almost all the printers with polypropylene beds.
You know, you're always like 6 months ahead of me.
Well, no, I mean, it's just because I love experimenting with this stuff. I have time, and I'm printing a lot of large prints for the BB-8 build right now, and I'm discovering that I tried block build, and it held on really well. And then when I was trying to do other prints, like for example that bat symbol we're doing right now, the Batarang, you would never get that off of a lock build. It would be on there for good.
See, what I want to do is get a build surface that all of them are magnetic. So I can just take them off.
That's been the thing now.
Yeah, because I am so tired.
Or the metal ones, you just give them a little wiggle like spring steel.
Yeah. What I've actually got is I've got a plastic tape measure in here, and I've got my chisel. So what I do is I lay the chisel down up against the print, and I go whack, and then it pops off. Well, unfortunately, I didn't do that with this one. And that glue surface that I was using, the build like cracked right now.
I've been lucky. I haven't lost the build surface yet. But
that's actually the second one I've lost because I lost one in that one too.
No,
that one I lost because I printed PETG.
That's hard.
On borosilicate glass.
That'll eat it.
And it was the coolest thing ever. Honest to God, it was the coolest thing ever. It took out perfect chunks. Like I'm not talking little tiny layers. I'm talking chunks.
Oh yeah,
right out of it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I look up online and realized that that's actually a thing. And I'm like, really? I couldn't have found that sooner. So yes, I did post a public service announcement in regards to that. I have to preheat this. So yeah,
651. Yay.
I did some really bad stuff to this thing when I first got it. Meaning that this knob, like,
oh, I don't even. Yeah, I couldn't get the knob to stay on there.
Oh, I have tape on there and the knob never stayed on. But what happened was this got bashed into the side of my my wall when I was working on it at home, and now it goes bleep 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 bleep.
Oh,
it works.
Yeah.
I also have the software set up wrong, or the hardware, the firmware, so I have to turn it backwards to get it to do it.
No, that's a standard firmware.
Oh, is it really?
It really is. Yeah, mine does that too, and I have searched all over the place in Marlin on how to turn that back.
Yeah, I never looked it up, so I don't know. I just thought I did that, and it was just a thing that I did.
So before you get too far away with that crank up there, so you adjusted the stepper, did you check the voltage?
We'll go with that. We'll go with yes, I checked the voltage. No, I did not.
Yeah, because the look on your face was like, oh, he caught me.
No, I did not check the voltage.
Okay, because I saw you turn it, and I was like, okay, so what's the
yes, I did. But I do what I call micro turns.
Yeah, okay.
I went,
Yeah.
You gotta turn these things like a quarter of the way around to make an appreciable difference.
Trust me, I spent a lot of time on my stepper drivers. Yeah.
So I didn't go that far. If anything, it probably won't have done anything.
Do you have the meter? Do you want to check it?
Yeah, I got a meter. I just didn't want to check it. Because the last time I checked it, I grounded, and I don't want to do that again.
It's easy peasy.
Well, okay, let's do it then. It's right behind you in the tool, the bin, the clear bin on the bottom. I'll let you do it this time so I can watch you do it the right way.
Oh, here we go.
Because I know I did it the wrong way last time.
You still have your ceramic screwdriver?
I do.
Yeah.
We're shooting for 1.4 or 1.6, right? Actually, probably closer to 1.6. Really? Okay, hold on. I'm as fat as I've ever been right now, and unfortunately, it puts a strain on my pants.
Oh no.
Yes, I learned a valuable lesson with the ceramic screwdrivers. If you're going to use them, put them back in the container. And don't use them as a regular screwdriver because they're not. And they will break, because I did that. I had to order another one.
Need to find a negative term with this guy here. Alright, so which one of these guys were we
It's the green one on the right, the Y stepper. Sorry, I should have just said Y stepper. You know which one that is, right? You want light?
Alright, what's our read?
Well, you're not reading anything. You're reading negative. Nothing. 0.
On the right one? DCMA? Yeah.
You see milliamps. It ain't reading. Well, that's supposed to be reading volts, so it's not gonna pick up milliamps, is it?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's why you're on milliamps.
Oh, whoops.
Probably did. That's mega ohms. I think that's a mega. I don't think about that one. I think that's the only one I can use. I think that's 10. That's 10 amp breaker. That thing confuses the heck out of me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's a. You can try to get something that has 10,000 place.
Oh. And you will have to most likely.
Because we'll only get 20. Well, you said 1 point what?
1.6.
Anything?
No, nothing. Might not be working.
Which stepper is this? Okay, negative terminal. The next one.
8. That's way too high. 9. That can't be right. That is way too high.
Which one is that one?
You just did Z, I think.
Yeah, I think it's it.
And then,
Extruder, Z1. Yeah, I don't have anything on that one.
you don't know? I mean, if it's blown again, that would be really unfortunate.
Alright, so what's your Z?
8.2, which that can't be, oh, it's millivolts. So that's 0.8.
Which one is this? That's X, rather. Because your Z's are wide.
That one's 0.8, 0.9.
Okay, extruder.
0.8, 0.9-ish.
We're not getting anything on this one?
No, nothing.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I can put a different one in. Actually, I don't know if I have any more left.
That is the question. Do I have any more of those nuts?
Has it worked before, or?
Well, it was working. Well, I can queue up a test print in a minute. Hold on a second. I think. Oh, wait. I think that toolbox. That's the problem. Some of these, I haven't had a chance to organize all
Yeah,
my
not
parts
bad.
yet.
Welcome back, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Sorry for screaming in your computer. There they are. I found them.
All right, so we've got. Oh, it's not them. What's that? Oh, it is them. Well, it's a different version of them. Or maybe not.
What?
Holy cow, the PCB board's like fused together on this?
I don't know.
That's awkward. What's this came from my Jenny? There we go.
I'm glad you did it.
Well, it's just a PCB board. What they probably did is they stamped it, and to make it easier when they're doing the soldering process, they probably just left it
Do a whole
together.
mile.
I don't even know if these will work on that. I've never used these. I've only used the other one, but.
Well, the only thing I can think of is, well, we could try to see if the y-axis moves.
Yeah, why don't we do that first?
And if it doesn't, remove the driver, pull it out, and try
Yeah.
reseating it.
I'm gonna turn it again.
Yep.
And there's the one thing I don't like about this printer. It's heavy.
Oh yeah, I've moved mine a couple times.
I love the printer because it's so big. It makes you feel like you actually have something like Gigundo. But all right,
These are live audience over here.
I got my live audience. Film before a live studio audience. Well, not studio, but well, actually, you could be a studio audience.
That's right.
I'll be your studio audience.
That's right. I am part of the VIP audience, as Howie would say.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
if you're just tuning in, so what we're doing is let me give you the full recap here. So we have the CR10S printing, and it seems to be level and happy. So we may have a resolution there. But then over here, we decided to press our luck, to quote the old game show. Well, it's moving. Oh,
That doesn't look right.
seems kind of jerky, doesn't it? That's quite a delay. So he's been having trouble with the y-axis, and he adjusted the voltage. And I had suggested before he just go ahead and try it, hey, have you measured the voltage? And so he challenged me. I did, and we're not reading any voltage off the stepper driver. You just try to auto home, nothing happens. Yeah, that stepper might be toast. Well,
I have a thicker builder plate on that right now.
but that was why they just moved.
Well, the Y is definitely not working now.
Huh.
I didn't do that.
So it's stalling out. Huh. Well, it shut her down, and let's get that stepper off of
Yeah,
there.
but
And
it's sitting on the end stop right now. It never does that.
oh, really? Huh?
See the end stop still lit up?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't ever do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. You want a new challenge and emotional support.
all the emotional support I appreciate because the challenge part, no, I did not. It was running the other day, and now I have to do more
Well, you have someone to bounce ideas off of,
and cry a little bit to myself because I'm dead inside now. I died.
Died a little inside. All right, so we got two options.
do we know what kind of stepper
Forget
driver?
about
those are?
FT5 or let's play a game.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, it's so close to working, so.
Yeah, I mean, we got the big one was getting the CR10S up,
which is definitely done.
Yeah, we'll try that bed
So-
level thing, those 4 spots.
You know what? Actually, this is almost done now, so
Yeah, it's got another layer to
we'll do the 4 stops too. But before we do that, I'm going to queue up that other one. I've got one other job that was sliced through Cura.
Yeah.
I want to see if it actually does the perimeter and sticks.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Because if it does, then that's good. But then we'll go with the other thing. Using that on the FT5, I don't know. I mean, it's a stepper driver.
Do we know what type?
I haven't got a clue.
Well, it is a 8825. So that would be a good question for the focal check group.
Will the 88? Yeah. I'm really good at breaking things.
Yeah. Or if you want, post a picture too with your phone.
Will this work in the FT5R1 that John told you would love to upgrade us on?
Hey, good questions.
Fixing the
Yeah.
FT5.
Hello.
Yeah, it's not really a matter about fixing the FT5. Oh, this is an MKS.
That's why I wondered.
Oh, that ought to work. But it's a version 1.1. Hold on a second before we go anywhere with that. All right, I have to unplug the FT5.
Yeah.
And what do you always do after you unplug the FT5?
Swear and global check.
Flip the switch back to power on, put it back to power off. That discharges anything on the ramps.
Got it.
Or is it? That's not a ramps. This is a Mark Sport food, right? I think.
So, does anyone in our audience know
Oh my God.
the chip, the stepper driver is an MKS 8825? Oh, that's a good idea.
What?
But it's intact, so I can't take credit for it now. He was saying take the extruder driver, replace it on the Y.
I've done that
Oh.
before. Well, yeah, I guess we could do. Yeah, but the voltage is set different. We'd have to ramp the. Well, first off, what's causing the stepper drivers to fail?
Right.
That should be the first thing. And we got it turned right here, so let's see. What's it binding on? All right, so.
I don't think it's really binding though. And here's why I say that, because we're reading 0 voltage.
Yeah. Well, that is true, but what's causing it to blow out? Oh. Okay, maybe I am seeing a reason.
You rubbing?
Worse. Well, I say worse, but it's not really. These idlers, look at the idlers on both sides.
Oh. This one is.
Oh, no, not that. That's the X, the Y. This. Actually, yeah, that's. Wait a minute. That's a. Hold on a minute.
Well, no, I'm just looking at how crowned and mush these things are.
Oh, yeah, I know, because that was printed.
Yeah, but
But these idler pulleys are separated. I'm wondering if that's causing this belt's not overly tight. No.
well, the tightening is there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I probably ought to roll a little bit smoother than that. But it's so heavy, it's hard to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not convinced that'd be it.
But this one is the one we're having the issue with. Which is funny because I thought this was the X movement and this is the Y movement.
It is. This is why.
So why did the Y blow? The X is the one that was having issues. It was going. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was I was operating the Y. Oh wait, no, it was doing that. It was doing it like this. Okay, never mind. No,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, you're thrown off because we've flipped it around.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so.
yeah. Because all your troubles was this jerking. Like
Yeah.
This.
So this is fine right now.
Seems to be.
Even though it's not the ideal situation. But what I'm curious about is oh, wait a minute. What is this? There's pressure there. There's definitely some resistance there.
Well, the other thing you could do, you could put some soy machine oil on there and see if that cleans up.
There's no problem with that.
The machine oil.
I don't have any on me.
Well, is
one of the
we have pizza grease.
we do. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Oh,
Macaroni grease. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. And I couldn't access some, possibly. No, maybe not. What do I have?
So we're looking for the source of the blown stepper.
Well, yeah, but did you feel how much? If you move it, if you move it slowly, pretend you're moving it like a step at a time, and feel that. It feels like one of the bearings on the left, yeah, on your left hand. It feels like it's bumping. It's not. Bearings aren't rolling consistently.
Yeah, you got a rough spot here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a bearing problem, like a pillow block.
But
Well-
I've seen it work, and you know what? And a lot of that would go away with soy machine oil.
Well, yeah, I know. I agree with you. So that might be. I'm gonna have to. Well, I've got REM oil.
They work. Some guys have used silicone
Well, it's
or
actually
Teflon.
it's actually called brake free. It's for 9mm.
Yep. 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 You're a handgun guy like I am. Yep.
Even though I can't afford
Yeah, I
handguns.
agree with you saying binding wouldn't blow your driver. No.
Well, I can't think of anything else that would cause the driver to blow though, because it's the stepper motors themselves are not getting hot.
No, you got plenty of cooling in there.
I mean, well, even the stepper motors aren't getting hot. I've tested it, but this will be the third time I've had to change. Yeah, sorry, I got lazy inside out. This is the third time that I've had to change these stepper drivers. So that's why I don't have a spare one sitting in the very last slot, is because I had to replace it again.
Well, let's pull that one out and let's see how it looks. Does it look blown? Does you get a bad contact? Or?
Well, would be a good question. Well, I'll kind of take a look. Oh, yeah, I gotta have some small fingers for this. Well, first off, all the jumpers are in place. Bring my magnifying glass. Yeah, apparently 2 weeks ago I stopped needing glasses, but it still doesn't help with the close-up stuff.
Oh, yeah, I hear you there.
What is that? Oh, dust. I was like, I saw something sitting there. I'm like, what is that? It's just a piece of dust.
Well, like I said, he mentioned a good idea. You put the extruder one on there and see if it moves smoother.
Yeah, but the only downside is, like I said, we don't have that set for the voltage.
Well, when it shows up, we can crank it down.
I like it. I like it. Let's do it.
Well, I just don't want you to give up so easy.
Well, I wasn't going to give up. Come on! I was just going to complain for about 10 minutes.
Finding shorter back connection. Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, so I've talked them into it. We're going to put the extruder driver in there, and we'll check our voltage. And if we have voltage, we'll set it, and then we'll see what kind of movement we have. And the screwdriver is over there. Yep. Oh, it's fun playing cameraman.
Yeah, well, you don't get to do very often, do you? Except for when you're doing your own.
The house will be dead quiet, and the minute I start filming,
The cats jump in.
all three cats go bat crap crazy.
Walter, well, I call him Walter. His actual name is Wally. I always tease about that because he, as soon as the camera comes on, well, not always as soon as, but he likes to jump up on my workbench at the other in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I want to be in the video.
Well, being in the basement, I'll kick him out, and then I hear them running up and down the stairs.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, by the way, it beeps when it's done.
That's the first time we finished a print.
Oh, okay.
Yay! Sorry.
No, it's okay. The first time it went off for me, I was checking smoke alarms.
Right? Okay, which one was the negative?
Very top one.
It's the black one, right? Did I actually get that right? All right, what are you seeing?
19, 20.
That's 2 volts. That can't be right. Why is it registering 20 volts? Okay, hold on. I'm going to read this one. 8, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's better. 9. Okay. So since it's reading in millivolts, that means that it's actually 0.9.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. So that 20. I don't know where the 20 came from. If that was an actual reading, that's concerning, because that means it was reading at 2 volts,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have been
Pretty low.
that would have been awkward. No, 2 volts would be.
I would
high.
rather have it the other way. Yeah, too high.
So
Way too high.
yes, this is the Marks Gen version 1.4. Those are the Marks version 1.1. But I'm thinking those drivers probably are compatible. I mean, they're MKS drivers. I mean, they're the same pin alignment.
Well, while you're doing that, I can post. Oh, Linus Exits. Yeah.
A new Linus came out?
Every day. Well, the Man Show's on tonight too. So.
Yeah. I don't watch everything. But
All right. So
Okay, so we wanted to, let's queue up that other job real quick, and then we'll come back and check that voltage. So let's move you back over here, because, you know, I'll play cameraman for a minute. Let's see, where are we at here? All right, so we ran this thing at 60 degrees Celsius, because somebody thought that was a good idea.
Yet we got a successful print.
And we did get a successful print. I've never actually run mine over 50, so that's actually a new experience for me. Because I do PLA, so I don't usually feel like I need to go like that high.
Trying to keep the power company gainfully employed. No, I've always just used 60. It's always just really worked.
Yeah, but it's
As
like
a bottom line.
butter.
Is it?
I mean, that's butter. Can I throw this at you in time?
No,
No.
that'll tingle.
It is really sharp though, so that's
Keep that with Nikitos.
so this is the first official print off of the ZR10S that I've done.
And it matches my shirt. You know what? You know what's so good about it matching my shirt?
You can put it across. Nice. See? I
Hey
like
guys,
that.
look.
Our first print.
I'm
Actually, you know, from that angle, it looked like Wonder Woman.
Thank you.
It really did for a second there.
Hey guys. I'm filament man. All right, let me post that question.
Yes, 88. What was it? 88, 26.
I took a
88,
picture.
25.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll post that to the Poblotech group. This way they can mock us.
And since I'm not as fancy as you, I don't have a wipe on this, so I'm gonna have to do a wipe free. Which I really like that, by the way. I also have to get out of the root and go into the English folder. And we're going to do this, see, the lower, wider, the lower ring, one, wider. So if anybody doesn't know that, that also prints R2D2. This is a part, R2D2 part. It's one of the lower rings. And if you haven't seen, you haven't 3D printed an R2D2 though, have you?
No, I'm in the. I'm kind of satisfied with my 200-pound version.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
This is the beginning of R2D2's dome, and I've got the rest of it down here.
But it's a lot lighter than my aluminum one, especially with all the electronics in there.
I think so.
It actually
Yeah, I
has
think
gets
it
a good
is.
heft to it.
Well, I went with, I think I went with 60 or 50 infill on these to make sure I had room to sand. So I did like 3 or 4 perimeters for the shelf. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty of sanding room because I knew it was not going to glue together properly. But look what else I did. You know what this is? In case anybody else wants to see, this is not caulking.
Yeah, you know, I just posted that as well. That stepper drive, I'm wondering in the firmware, you know, how that's going to be stepwise and, you know, with the direction is true or false. And
Oh, look. Hello, Matt. You know, Matt said swap X and Y also. That's funny. Yes, Matt, I'm sorry for turning my back on the camera. I'm just, you know,
multitasking today.
we got like 2 or 3 different printers we're trying to kind of toy with today, and it's making life interesting. Besides, I thought you fell asleep long ago listening to me.
He likes your buttery smooth voice.
Yeah, buttery smooth. Is that what we're calling that now? This is. That's nice. That's a keeper. We should send this to Joel.
Good.
Say, Joel, this is our first CR10S print. I don't think he has the CR10S yet.
I think he does.
Does he have the CR10S?
For sure.
I think he only has the CR10.
Knowing him, he's probably got them all.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know that Joe had like, what was it? How many printers did you say he had the other day?
Oh, he was moving. He had like 16 of them.
Oh, yeah, more than that.
Yeah.
Like you say, like 50 or something like that printers.
I only have 7.
I've got 6 now, and I think only 3 of them work. Well, that one's
Oh,
iffy.
here we go. I'm just gonna
I
go.
gotta turn that one off though.
I don't see anything.
It's got a purge. Oh, did it do it again?
Let's see.
Well, it's too close. Isn't that interesting? All right, so we'll come down just a touch. There we go. It's amazing, just like that. But see, I don't want to have to sit here and do that every single time. Though.
Well, you know,
Oh, see, that one's.
there's some G code that we could run on the start of that print to extrude like 20 millimeters of filament or whatever.
Let's see how that looks. It just seems like it's high on this corner. So.
Oh, it's just weird that we had no trouble with the that symbol.
No, I know. Yeah, see, that looks beautiful now. I mean, it's a little close, but. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice right there.
As long as it's not elephant foot, otherwise you've lost the first, 0.2 of your print.
Oh, there goes. No adhesion. Adhesion fail. See, that's funny. That's the same thing it did the other day. It bumped up. Okay, so yeah, let's do the calibration.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to see if it was going to do it. See, it did the outer perimeter just fine, and I did start getting a little bit of adhesion here, but I'm really curious about this.
What do you think just catching up on the messages you posted here. I don't know how much lag we have here either, but
We're on a
we're different install.
We're directly on a fiber optic line.
No, I'm sorry. I just meant as far as the YouTube software.
It depends. I think I could do a test with Matt, but usually on the stream I'm like less than 8 seconds. It used to be 30 for my shifts.
Well, if you know what the 8825 driver install would entail, if it doesn't require messing with the firmware and the driver and the what am I trying to say?
I don't know. I'm handing you a micro SD card.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. Well, I was looking for my pizza, so I didn't want to,
It's all right. No, I can get rid of that box now.
Just a moment.
Oh,
Yeah, because I know some of these stepper drivers, if you change them like to the 2208 or the 2130, well, the 2130 is a lot of work, but you got to change the direction of the firmware to the true false setting. And
yeah, that's a good point.
they do okay. They install backwards. He says, all right.
These ones do? Or the replacement 22, whatever it is?
The ones that you have.
Oh, go figure.
All right, let's see the USB driver. All right, so now what we're going to do, since he's going crazy trying to get this bed level just right, we are going to do, I don't know if there's a way to share the screen here. Probably
Well, I
not.
got paid jobs I got to print. 55's not doing it, and Jenny won't print certain filaments right now.
All right, let me check the settings on this thing. Let's get retraction.
Live latency says 1 second. Thank you, Mr. Matt. I haven't checked your Twitter lately to see what kind of projects you've been working on. That was you and your daughter doing the projects, right? I always forget. Because I got one of each, so I tend to identify with it.
Okay, I'll need the right support.
Son, okay. See, my daughter likes the 3D printing. And I keep turning my back to you, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to read the screen, which is over here. So I could do this. Your daughter is 3, so it's never too young to get started with 3D printing. So they say.
One layer. Okay.
You can have her do a bunch of those, like, the paint and smear things, and then you can turn that into a 3D image.
Okay.
Do lithophanes of her, like, handprints when she's 3.
All right, so let's try that. Oh, speaking of,
Also, I'm doing a poll, Matt. Since you're my moderator, should I buy the S3D software like Paul says? Oh, you want to plug in, don't you? Hold on. There's one right outside the door. I know, right? Ironic, very weird, but although I could unplug the fan and plug.
actually, the fan, yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna
unplug
trade
it.
me?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, let's unplug the correct thing though.
There you go. And this was the last copy.
Yeah, I totally spaced on that because we've started plugging it in and
We started playing.
I know.
Okay, so technically, what I'm giving you,
Well, there is that, but you can't. You just don't let her put her hand in the print. Oh wait, which printer do you have, or printers?
Oh. Sorry, back in. Yeah, we would not want your daughter grabbing the hot end because, yes.
Okay, that's the bed level test. It's supposed to do one layer. It's supposed to go in each corner in the middle. Your mileage may vary.
Oh, the bed clips, they're not in the way, right?
I don't know. I usually put mine in a little bit like here
Yeah, I
and
was
here.
thinking the same thing. Yeah, that should be fine. Those are 2 inch, right? Or 1 inch?
I think in inches, and even though I print in millimeters. I've been trying really hard to get the hang of the metric system. So
Oh, man, you've been busy. So you've got the CR10, an A8, Cube 3, and a Delta, and a Core XY. That's,
Hey, guys.
That's awesome.
all right, so
You want to set up my Delta for me? Because I got one down here.
we're going to do a print that does a square in each corner and a square in the middle. And we'll see how well that works now.
Well, I'll bring that over to see this because, I mean, everybody wants to see it print cubes, right? Or little squares, little square patches. Look, this is the CR10S.
For sweet.
It's pretty awesome.
All right, so
And I
this
got
is-
mine from Printed Solid. We should do this with lights. Can you turn the lights on? Watch something blow when I do this. I'll lose the stream, man.
But we're going to do it anyway because that's how I roll.
I live life on the edge, living dangerously.
Oh yeah, speaking of the edge, we're going to see if our y-axis moves on the FT5.
Boom. Oh, they can't even see it. Yeah, I know. I gotta check that. There you go. They can see lights too. The workbench. Okay, we'll try to get it nice and framed so you get a little bit of light. That way it makes nice, cool lines up the screen.
Does it go taller? This way they can see what's on
I
the.
don't know. Let's see. Maybe.
Crank.
Oh!
Oh,
Look how much higher that goes.
life is good. All right, see if we have any answers.
Oh, too much play. There we go. Rip my adhesive off from the workbench. Yeah, actually, ironically, the reason I put these lights under here is because they have an adhesive backing on them. And I was hoping that over time, the adhesive would stick to the wood. So when I peel it off, the light string won't have any more adhesive on the back of it.
So we got 2 replies. Garrett Brown says yep. Garrett says yes.
But to which part?
But I don't know if it's a hot spot. I don't know what's required for the firmware though.
Yeah, and I don't have the ability to plug in to Marlin right now.
Oh, you don't?
With this.
Oh, I got
I've got Marlin installed, but
Arduino that thing.
I can't see what Matt's saying cool to because Linus Tech Tips just popped up on my screen. Oh, okay, that was the last comment. Okay, good.
Was he gonna do a coast again?
That is some weird. It's like it acts like it's too close again. You know, I'm wondering if it's a Kira setting that's causing this
I'm wondering.
because that's consistent.
Okay, so we're doing our
Oh
first
God, it makes
square.
me nervous.
Oh crap! You know what? I put a screw around the entire print.
Oh, I don't care about
But
that.
you know what? That's actually pretty good.
That worked out really well. I mean, look at the adhesion, dude. That is almost dead on.
Going crazy yet?
I mean, if there's a variance, it's like 0.0, like maybe 0.01, 0.02 max. I know I say that like I'm all official about it, but I mean, the width of the nozzle 0.04, and you know, but I mean that is wicked close. How big is this, by the way? How many passes? That's all right. We're good.
Well,
However many you
the,
want.
the skirt is going to do, I think, 4 passes. Because
Yeah.
originally it was just supposed to do a square in each corner, but I forgot that I had on my Simplify 3D, I have the skirt turned on.
Did you also notice that it was a really good idea that we moved the bed clips? That would have hit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would have smashed right into the bed clips. I mean, it's almost like they knew that the bed clips were going to be there.
It's a little on the close side, but
That's what I mean. I mean, that is like, I can back that down.
yeah, I say that's your back corner. I think that's your problem if you lower that, 0.5 or something. There you go.
There you go. But I mean, the fact that it's doing this on the entirety of the bed. See, I am not doing it with that build plate though. I'm using a mirror instead of using the. Yeah, it might be a little close there too. It's looking like it's a little over extruded. So I think it's starting to squish too much. So that one, I think we need to move this one to bring the bed down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do that, we'll do that. That's what I love about.
Like I said, I did it by accident, but that's actually kind of a good idea. Now, when it does those 4 squares, you should really, especially when it does the infill,
Yeah.
we'll tell whether we have lines that are parting or what.
Well, that was a great idea, though. I mean, actually having the skirt on it, because live leveling is one of the,
one.
the biggest.
Now, the center is always tough because here we are. We've adjusted all the outside edges, but that's not bad. And a lot of what you're seeing from blob here, that could be the settings. I'm just using the stock profile.
Well, it's lifting and then it's dropping and then it's going, so you're always going to get that little tiny bit of a blob unless it's moving, and you can't do that in a corner.
Well, you know what that is? If I turn off coasted end, you won't get that.
Oh, you do have that on?
It's the default settings on the profile.
Okay.
On a new printer, I just thought, let's go with stock.
So I think what we're going to need to do is I'm going to need to download some S3D on here. I think it'll handle it.
What is it?
You think S3D will run this?
Why not?
Now, is that a user login type thing?
No, once you buy it.
Yeah, but you have to buy it for each machine.
3 licenses. So I have it on 3 machines.
Okay, so I could have it on this machine and one other machine.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have it on-
It'll give me one more machine that I can put it on in case I buy a laptop to go with it.
Yep.
So I may have to go out and get my credit card so I can.
To me, like I said, there's other free stuff out there that people use. I'd be curious what these guys say on the chat. For me, I have found that there are some things that Cura doesn't do as well as Simplify 3D. Cura does a beautiful job with Z-seams and stuff like that. However, the support, Cura is getting better, but I do like with Simplify 3D, I can manually place where I want to put support.
I like the honeycomb.
Yeah.
And I can't get that in Cura.
Yep.
That really kind of bothers me a lot.
Now, Cura's has more updates than Simplify 3D, but when Simplify 3D releases updates, usually they're quite substantial. So, again, I'm not a sales guy. I just for me,
but you can also delete the support structures you don't want.
All right,
Which in Cura they're automatic.
let me give you a demonstration here. Let me remove this print. All right, so let's say, let me find something.
Now, is this a default that you managed to get for it?
That was a Thingiverse file.
What?
Oh,
No, the S3D.
Oh,
profile.
I just bought it. Oh, that profile came from the Creality CR10 users group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just asked, hey, what's the best one? And that's what they said.
Yeah, they told me not to use any of them. They said my printer might be different.
Okay, you can tell my computer's kind of a little bit on the wimpy side here because it's getting a little load.
See, Matt never tells me to spend money, though.
All right, so here we have the kitty cat.
You know, our Navy friend hasn't been on in a while either, I just noticed.
So here's the model. Okay.
Meow. Yeah, I saw you print that. And was that Elixir?
So here's our support generation. So if I generate them automatically, it's going to do that. So I might say, well, that's all right and fine. So then what I can do here is I can add new support structures, and I can just say,
Oh, so you can add support.
so under there, I think needs a little bit more work, or then I can kind of pan around and go, well, maybe it needs a little bit over here.
Well, see, now you're moving that really well in with your laptop. So I'm wondering, how fast is Cura on your laptop? Is it slower?
It's a little doggy, but I mean
That's okay. So that's what I was wondering.
This
So
is an i5, but it's only got
Yeah.
12 gig of RAM.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't like some of these, what I can do is I can remove existing ones. So I can click, tap, tap, lock out whatever I don't want. I know this model prints well without support.
Now, how's the support placement when you're done? How easy do they break off blemish free?
Well, right here, okay, you can choose the resolution of the support and the overhang, so I can make it bigger or thicker. And then over here, I can tell if I'm doing the automatic, I can tell what overhang angle. So I got it at 45. So if I make it a higher angle, oops.
Oh man! So you want to do about I don't know, 10 hours worth of slicing for me? Gosh, because I'm gonna have to reslice all. You know, actually, if you want to share your profile with me, that would work. It's up to you though. You don't have to. But
Well, this is the Chris Elkins one. I haven't done anything fancy with this whatsoever. The only thing that I've done a lot of work to is the Easy ABL one for Tim.
all right, let me see if I can get the Chris Elkins one and put it on my my
S3D is great. Yeah, exactly. I have the same impression.
Well, you know, and again, I've heard good things about it, and I know Angus uses it.
Well, here's
But-
there's a lot of people, especially in the 3D printing world, and it kind of reminds me of the BBS days.
No.
Maybe it could be just too hot. We're printing at 218.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I think that filament's about 200. It's supposed to be rated up to 220, so 215, 210 is probably about the middle.
210.
Yeah,
When it
just
comes to
gotta-
3D printing, it reminds me a lot of like the internet and the previous of the BBS days. There are a lot of people that don't want to pay for anything. Nope, free. Don't spend any money. This is the way to go.
But
And
I have a business now.
yeah, well, you can write it off too. So
So it's like for me, it's like,
But
yeah,
for-
I don't have like millions of dollars. I don't have tons of money, but I mean, if it's worth the money, and from what I've seen, between this build and Cura. Now I'm using stock Cura as a profile for the CR10S.
yeah, I haven't used. I mean, I have I got beta in here right now. Yeah, 3.4.
But it seems to me that with your profile and some of the options, ooh, that is looking boogery.
Yeah, okay, I lowered it to 210.
All right, hold on a second. Let me lower this down just a tiny bit. I'm wondering if that's probably what it was. It's
Well, it
just,
could be too hot.
it's a little too close, I think, because it looks like some of these layers are overlapping.
Yep.
So it's kind of squishing them together. So I think it's basically building up a little bit on the nozzle.
Yep.
And
Do
since
it.
it's doing it more over here than over
especially to
here.
get the waviness. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the middle is perfect.
Yeah, middle came out good. This one came out good. This one a little bit. So I mean, I can just do like just a tiny bit of a
Yeah.
bump. This
No.
one probably a little bit more of a bump.
Yeah. I guess for me with Simplify 3 and some of the other tools I have, to me, it's just what is your time worth? That's just
Well, it depends. If I can get this dialed into a fine product making machine,
Mhm.
then my time's worth a lot more.
yeah, oh sure.
But if we're using this machine or we're using the FT5, then well, my time's not worth that much
Yeah.
because I cannot guarantee a print is going to come off of that,
Oh yeah, because you're forever
which
tuning
means
on it.
that you may be waiting a while to get a print.
Yep.
This one, I can guarantee you're going to get a print, but you're probably going to have stringing. Because this one I can show you for an example is
It's unnerving, isn't it?
why doesn't it jump up though? I want that encode to bring it up
You can do that.
because
Part of
it's
the,
sitting right up against the print.
yeah, I don't have it as the G code.
You should always do that. Always. I'm blocking my screen. I think I gotta not do that.
Yep.
Move axis. We'll move 1 millimeter on the Z axis. Yeah, I said Z. So, although it did end on the corner, so I guess that's not too bad.
So I could run it again. I can make a new G code without the skirt.
Yeah, we could do it without the skirt this time and see if we got the ooze under control. But let's let this cool for a second.
That's fine. I'll get to see
Actually,
the,
no, maybe not.
skirt out.
You know, I'm actually surprised because this build plate had been treated completely. So I think that
Where's the bit to get this thing out?
oh, you didn't push it all the way in, did you?
I don't know.
You did.
I
I'll
figured
get
I'd
it.
get it.
Did you get it?
Now, oh my.
I had to use the tool last time.
I think I'm on the look on the aluminum more than anything.
Holy cow, you got that sucker right in there. Sorry. Yeah, what I did is I actually
Gotta
pushed
get that
it.
Octoprint working then.
I pushed it until just my finger. It still had quite a bit. There's quite a bit of tag on that.
Hey, I
so-
know a guy that did a full tutorial on Octoprint here for you, so you should go ahead and use that. Smart guy like you'll have it done in half an hour. Seriously, there's nothing to it. Create the
You know,
image,
there's a
plug it in.
reason. There's a reason I know like a whole bunch of things. It's because I don't know enough about any one of them.
Yeah, good comment here by this gentleman here. If you're going to be serious with 3D printing, S3D is a no-brainer. I completely agree with that.
Oh yeah, and
And
you know, I have been trying, but up until recently, you know, I haven't been, you know, really. It's been a hobby, you know, that's been
Well,
developing.
you know, well, I don't make any money 3D printing. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm having fun making the videos for it. But for me, it's, you know, granted, I mean, I spend a lot of money on other crazy toys, especially on all my DSLR and filters and lighting and such. To me, it's just another tool. You know, for a lot of stuff, I'll fire up Cura and I'll go, I'm not so good at creating Cura profiles for non-Ultimakers, you know. And if I can go on the Facebook group and ask, hey, what's the best profile for CR10 or the CR10 S4 or the S5? You know, if people, oh, try this one. You know, great.
Well, see, 2 out of the 6 of my printers are paid for, possibly 3.
And
So, and that's in the jobs that I've done over the last since what 2016, right?
shirt is gone.
So that's not where the money's coming from, though. You know, product development and getting stuff. You know, like I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is a product I developed with one of the companies. This is actually a functioning product.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me that.
Yeah, and that's I mean that's just one of the many things that I've done. But the problem is that my market's limited because of my printers, because I cannot guarantee the proper layer resolution with the current printers.
Okay, your filament, you said first layer. It looks like it's printing a little too hot, maybe, or
No, not yet. Let's try the squares one more time just to make sure, because honestly I think that was the case. I think it was just over. It was not over extruding, but what it was doing, it was pushing into the next layer over, and it was building up on the nozzle.
okay. I'm gonna lower it to 215.
So,
Turns
I
out
was
this
gonna go get a profile. Let me check the screen. Okay, Matt hasn't said anything for a while, so I must have put him to sleep.
All right.
I always tease Matt about that. Matt's a really cool guy.
Red level test. No skirt.
All right,
I know. I'll put no skirt.
yeah, you're like me. You find a setting and you stick with it.
Well, I admire people that have the tenacity to go in there and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak forever. And I'm one of those guys and that's why I bought an Ultimaker. I know that the machine comes ready to go out of the box, and you know, I cried a little writing that check, but the Ultimaker is a fantastic printer, and if I could afford an Ultimaker 3 or whatever, you know, I definitely get another one. But I'm so tempted, and that's why I have all these Chinese printers now, is that some of them do a pretty good job, but again, it's only doing my stuff. If it came to a customer, I'd be, I don't know how much I trust this thing.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got this SD card in there, and I'm gonna let you shove it in there because I'll get mocked. And I'm gonna have a last piece of pizza that's been sitting here for a while.
You should. All right, let's see. Did I find the right? Why am I not finding the right group?
Wait, look, Mike. That's right, Mike.
Isn't that one?
Yep.
Number more? I thought there was a files button. Oh, it's over here. See, on my other computer, it's over here. That's fine. Chris Hopkins. Right
That's
there.
the one.
Look at that.
Now you are cooking with gas, my friend.
That's the S3D profile, correct?
If it ends in FFF.
I think it's an S3D. Yeah, it says S3D4 profile.
Yeah.
September 2017.
What happened was when they came out with version 4, for some reason, it didn't do a good job of importing the old profiles over. So a lot of us had to start over.
Oh, it did that one. Okay, good. All right, what are we doing? Oh, yes.
You just gotta-
Yeah, take a look. Watch. I literally just push it in until it's. What the heck? This actually has an eject button on it. Oh my God, it does. Okay, well I have fat belly, bed clip.
I was looking for an SD card. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Nope, fat belly, bed clip.
Fat man in a little coat.
Okay. we're good. If you want to, we'll hit the cue it up.
Yeah, it should be named no skirt.
Print.
Let me get the names over here so they can somewhat see what's going on.
No skirt, right?
Correct.
All right.
Okay, so I've got the Chris Elkins S3D profile. Let's see. It looks like I missed some stuff. In and out, getting dinner. Oh no, I don't blame you, man. You know I like to mess with you.
Hey, I got dinner.
Because I love you, because you're like one of my first subscribers.
Like, no kidding. Matt is like one of my very first subscribers.
That's
He's
very
also he's also one of my moderators because, well, I had to have somebody be a moderator, but nobody in my channel is ever violent. So, okay, I'm having you hold the floor down for a minute. I need to go out. You hear that?
Oh.
That's fine.
No, you're not. No, you don't do that, do you?
On occasion. Oh, I'm working on it.
Friends, we had to put pressure on him. No more carcinogens.
I don't have to, don't we?
Okay, the bed's almost down. No, you're good.
I don't know which one's which. Did we move them around again?
Yeah.
This one must be mine now. That one's yours,
I
right?
want to go there.
Okay, good.
I figured if I left my stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had mine over here. Ugh, yeah, that and I've got knee lock, so I'm gonna walk. But yes, I'm not gonna walk. But okay, you do it.
I'm just gonna litter print. Hey guys. Okay, first live stream on YouTube. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm over here at Clyde's shop. Clyde's channel is PT3D, short for Prototype This 3D. Known Clyde for about a year or two. And helping him tune his CR10S he just received. Had a little bit of trouble getting the bed leveling quite nailed down. And I think part of it might have been the couplers. And I think the profile he had there for Cure maybe wasn't quite perfect. But we've been doing, I have Simplify 3D, so I brought my laptop. Obviously, that's why you guys are seeing us. And thought, well, let's do a couple test prints and see what happens. You getting back so soon? We haven't sold everything yet.
Oh man, I thought we were doing an auction when I was gone.
All right. All right, so the man who just came back from dinner, you may not have a free printer. He came back a little too soon.
Actually,
It's been quiet. No one's talking to us.
that is actually that is something on my list.
What, selling off your equipment?
When I get to 1,000 subs,
Oh, there you go.
I won't sell out my equipment, but I will give away a printer.
Be careful with that. I've done a lot of reading about all these. Oh, did someone reply? No, my annotation. I saw Ron's place had done that, and a few other places, and I track all this stuff on
The analytics.
Yeah, I track all the analytics, and I see some of these guys that gain like 500 subscribers, and a week later they lose 600, and it's like, holy crap!
Oh yeah. No. I know that,
And
but
then not only that, but there's also the laws about it. It's just like
wait, there's laws about giving away a free printer.
Oh yeah, giveaways.
Well, I'm not doing it to get subs.
No. I mean, just in general, if you do
No, I mean, if I get to that point, then yes, I would. But
Here we go.
it would be as a celebration to have like a a drawing or something.
So there's what's it doing?
But I have I mean, I don't have really a point in being that big though.
I forgot to do the turn the coast off. That's
You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
Oh right, yeah.
I mean,
But
I
I just
don't. Yeah, I
but no. But if you're gonna do any kind of giveaway or contest, whatever, oh, I was about ready to grab that. You beat me to it.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it would just be a kind of a thank you to some of my my peeps. But I mean, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, read up on it. Yeah, because they're. All right. That looks really good. Yeah. So like over here.
I know some people still do it, but
So, on average, like this is on mine here. So, 7, 11, 18, 9, 9, 9, 5, 7. So, we're gaining about 7 a day,
yeah,
averaging between, 250 and 500 views a day. So it's a slow climb, but it's slowly getting there.
which page is that one at?
This is Social Blade.
Oh, Social Blade. Okay. Oh, here, I'll pull up mine real quick. You'll laugh.
Let's see, PT's media. I can pull it right up.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, you'll laugh.
So,
I'm a C minus.
yeah, so you've had the same, you gain one, lose one. But we do mostly live stuff. So the days that you do live stuff, it looks like you pick up a little bump.
Then views.
Yeah, but oops. I didn't realize this was a touch screen until I brought home a kitten and she got the monitor and like,
What the hell? I almost got one the other day just because of that.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't take much for you to bump up. The biggest thing I do, and just because of the nature of my channel, is what I do is I'll start the week and think about a theme.
Yeah.
And then I'll go a couple days into it. I'll write something. I like the idea of scripts. I can't follow them, but if I have the framework in my mind of what I want to do,
Well, if you've written it down, you kind of remember it.
well, you get the muscle memory anyway. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, I haven't had any strict this is the project I'm going to work on because my time is so limited right now because I work full-time job and
Oh, I hear you. I'm saying about.
so I never know exactly how much time I'm going to have to spend here. So the last one I did was talking about filament and putting it in the dryer, in the jerky maker.
Yep.
So that was kind of an idea because I realized that I was getting some really really crappy filament. Like some of it's aged and some of it's coming out of the box brittle, and it's like.
Yeah, like my Matter Hackers. I was really disappointed with that. And the thing is that I bought it and I just assumed that it was pro. I paid $40 for it.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll open this up in a few weeks. So a few weeks turned into a few months, and then popped it open. I was like, oh man, this stuff is landfill.
Yeah, see, I'm up to the $30 rolls now for quality, but the problem is that if you're not using it right away, especially here in Maine, it's like it tends to get humid.
Yeah.
And it's funny because after seeing the wood filament did the opposite
How'd
that
that
the
look?
PLA did. That is almost perfect. It's still a little ridgy, but I don't know that that's necessarily. I don't know that I want to bump that anymore. It looks like this looks like a little bit of extruder buildup.
I want to
So-
bring the temperature down a little bit. I'm just curious how it does on the next one. So we're at 215 now, so I want to bring it down to 210.
Yeah, this stuff will print at 200. But I do like to run a hot first layer. That way we get a good adhesion.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Which I guess S3D also allows you to do is to set the starting temperature for the first
That's
three
what I
layers.
did for this. Yep. Or for as many layers as you want. Let me pop it back open here. It's only doing one layer, so we're not going to have a preview. But when I edit the process settings, when I go under my temperatures, so this is a heated bed, so that layer is going to stay at 60. But on the primary extruder, I can create as many as I want. So I can say,
Oh, okay. So layer one. See, I'd actually do the first two layers. Well, actually, no, layer one is the hot. That makes sense.
and then with the cooling, I can do the same thing. So what I do is I put it at 90% on level 2, then level 3, I crank her
Now,
up.
have you done the upgrade for the cooler yet?
I even know my CR10s are stock as far as coolers go.
Yeah, because I was getting told that some of the overhangs, because it's blowing on the one side but not on the other side.
The Ultimaker original had the same thing. It had a big fan on one side, and you can do upgrade. I've seen a lot of nice ones on Thingiverse. Reality Check VR has done a few videos on his.
Now this is a comp. Oh no, this is dual. Oh, okay. So I'm wondering, so you know what I might do? Okay, this could be a project, but it might take me time to do, like a week or so. But I'll take the measurements of this.
Mhm.
Okay, once it stops, we'll do that. I'll get the measurements of this. We'll figure out where the holes are.
Yep.
What I'll do is I'll see if I can design like little angled jet turbine. You know, that you could put this in the middle. And
Mhm.
it's got the ducting that goes into the side, but it looks like two jet engines.
Well, a popular one is the Fang.
Yeah, I know. Everybody has the Fang though.
It just works. It's very popular, the TiVo
Does it
Tornado.
use this or does it use a different fan?
Depends on the design. They have some that use the 50-15 on top, and then it blows down those two fangs. Then there's one that looks like from the movie Tron. It has the two things that come down like this, and so it does a really good job of mashing.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I can see that. Actually, I kind
Um,
of like the Fang because it just looks oppressive.
yeah, it's different.
But it's also really tall.
Right. It just depends on what you have. Rui Raptor does a lot of videos on his TiVo stuff.
See, this is not what I want. I want this to stay.
Well, you know, I wanted to put like a bungee cord and hang it from
Well,
up
somebody
top.
did do that. I think they used the.
I'm thinking like the things you have
Yes,
for the keychain.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly. I think that's what they used.
Yeah.
And
I got a bunch of those from when I worked at Eamon,
That one
Eastman
in the
Medical
car.
Center. Yep. Just
but I don't know. I think
Tag
it's
it up
probably a
there.
little too rigid. I don't know. I can go pull it out and see. We'll see what. Hold on.
so.
Let me see what the. We'll see what the tension is on it.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, so let me close out S3D. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. It's on Facebook, and we'll kick one off on, on YouTube. And I'll probably kick one off on Facebook. So, there we go.
Ooh, Pru type. I like it.
Oh, nicely, huh?
Yeah, check. That has a lot of
Yeah, that's-
resistance, though.
Yeah. What is
Shouldn't
it?
go too much.
I was kind of thinking like one of those felt ones.
Yeah,
or,
no, I didn't realize it was chain.
Yeah.
So probably not a good idea to use that. All right.
So how'd they look?
Welcome and thanks for watching. I love it. Let's see. That looks much better. That's a little bit rough, but it's within. It's what I call it within spec. I think what I'll do is I will go just a tiny bit down on that one and this one and this one. I think I'm going to leave it. I wish there was a way to just lock these knobs in place. All right, so what do I need to print? Do I need you want to queue up the Fang?
You want to put a
I'm
Fang?
gonna print a Fang out of orange on this. That'd look cool.
Let me find it. All right, Thingiverse, huh?
See, I just assumed you already had it.
I
thought
know,
maybe you had like a giant database of like.
well, Rui Raptor had one that he did.
Holy adhesion, Batman. There we go. I like having the utility knife for this sometimes because sometimes the scrapers are just not the way to go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta tell you though, the glass build plate is actually working really well.
This guy's really good.
Rui Raptor.
You should. I will have to take a look. I like having. I
You want the
subscribe.
fan or the blower?
Now, does it reuse this fan or no?
Oh, I think there might be one that does.
Because I mean, if I can reuse the fan that I have, that would be ideal. Because then I don't have to do a lot of modifications. Otherwise, I have to cut wires and bleh. I mean, I don't really need to do that this minute. I just, it was a thought. So if I get the other thing, I'm gonna have to. It's all right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. I thought this was the other than nocturnal. What was the first one?
I do not know. I'll back us up because we're back to socialing. 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 Is that a word, socialing? Everybody check out our rear ends. That's
Nice.
that's what
They back.
I just realized that was the view everybody was getting.
Wow.
Here,
I have been working out a lot. Let's see.
well, thanks. I've been working out. Yeah.
CR10 vent sensor.
All right, so got to be so I can actually kind of address the camera. We've got that. Let's see what else we need. It's so convenient to have a little button on my desktop for Thingiverse.
Let's see. CR10 fan OEM. Yeah, that's one.
That's the downside. I never remember my login information for. There we go.
Let's see. There's a blender model. Oh, head model. Okay.
But how are you liking your CR10S?
I'm really, really happy with it.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't opt to go with the CR10S5, to be honest. I thought about it, and I mean, it would have been cool to be able to do Michael Badelli's R2 dome in one shot. Oh, that would have been awesome.
I wonder if this needs support. Probably not.
Turn it the other way. It's gonna be close. I don't think it'll need it, but it could. I think it could go either way, to be fair, because where that bottom is. I mean, you can run the layer, do the layer view, or
Right.
go down to the about a third of the way up where that joint splits off, and that'll give you a good idea to see whether or not it's gonna work or not. And which one's the front on that?
Right here.
So that's the. So you're gonna want to turn the model 90 degrees then. Oh wait, where'd you see the front ones?
Right here. This is yours.
So this is this corner right
Yeah.
here. So this being the X. No, X is this way.
Correct. Yep.
Z is this way. So you want it facing. You want it going along the Y-axis.
Yep. Where it is.
Okay.
Yep.
That way it doesn't, because when the model's moving, you don't want the floppy side facing forward. You want it turned so the strongest points facing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So narrow side would be facing the Y. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I believe you.
Holy cow!
Well, if I do a wrap, that'll hold it down.
I will say it's taken a lot of getting used to though, because I have been using stationary build plates that only move on the Z-axis for like more than a year now. So this is the first time I've had to go back to this because my ANET, my A8 that I remember when we first met, that's all I had.
Right.
That was the printer I started with, and that had the moving build plate. So
So here's the
the ref wrap style. Yeah, wait, that, oh, you can't, can you,
sorry, no.
yeah, go back just a tiny bit right, just about, keep going. I'm gonna get down to that bottom layer, so keep going down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like 6 more down. Almost. Yeah, that's the one I was worried about right there, whether or not we needed a support or not. I think it'll be okay. That's a bridge though, so we're gonna want to definitely use the lower end of the temperature spectrum for that. Otherwise, we're gonna end up with dangles. But I think it'll work.
So what I can do, we'll
So,
turn off,
we'll go
post it in.
And I would put it at 200 for the printing temp this time.
I got it at 0.15, so it'll take a long time, but it'll be smooth.
Oh yeah, that'll be smooth. That'll be like butter.
We'll do a skirt.
I do like do an 8 attached. You know what I mean?
Hmm?
Do an 8-layer skirt attached.
I'm gonna do 10 millimeter away from it.
Oh, why do you do that anyway?
Prime the nozzle.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason I do skirts
Yeah.
is to give it that extra adhesion,
Oh, you got
especially on something like that because it's going to be top heavy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could do a brim if you wanted.
I'll do a brim. Sorry, yeah, that's what a brim, not a skirt.
So
Wait a minute. I thought brim. Wait a minute. Brim is the one that's attached, right? Skirt's the one that's not.
Skirt is separate. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's brim and then there's raft.
No. Definitely not raft. But yeah, the brim would be a good idea. I think. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, what do you think?
Let's see, how many outlines do we want? 4. So 1 layer, no offset. See how it looks.
I think I'm gonna get ready to wrap up my stream. So
That's where your
yeah. So anyway,
There
we
it
got
is.
the CR10S running thanks to Paul from Where Nerdy is Cool.
oh, you know what? You need support on that.
We're gonna plink around some more with the print, babysit it, kind of talk. I gotta show him the dungeon because there's a dungeon here and it's really cool. And other than that, I'm going to be probably not live again this week because until Monday on, because it's Father's Day, of course. So to all you dads, happy Father's Day. And other than that, keep innovating and creating and doing your stuff. And we will see you next time. And thank you, Paul, for coming out and helping
No problem.
and being on our channel.
No
That's really cool.
problem.
He's a celebrity. He's got lots of viewers. So thanks again.